Well, hello everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. Happy Wednesday! Welcome to Miss Kira, our stream manager. She has been inspecting all of the equipment and pressing all of the buttons. Kitty, she's moving around the characters on my login screen. I mean, that's fine. new video. Cat picks my new maid. Hello, Miss Kira. Hi, sweetie pie. How you doing? You feeling better? You were up a little early. Oh, cat butt. Cat butt. Welcome back to a fresh season of Hazel Streams. Darabella, thank you very much for the 3-month resub. I very much appreciate it. Hi, how you doing? We got coffee. We got slippers. It's kind of cold in here. Maybe I should turn the heat on in the office. Otherwise, I'm going to have like the icy fingers and I'm not going to be able to do anything. All right. We're back. CJ Mole, thank you for the 30-month resub. Happy Wednesday. Good afternoon. Good afternoon from North Carolina. Flying back to the Great White North later today. Not ready to go back to winter again. Yeah, I feel that. Caught you for a change. Seem to miss you these days. Welcome. We just started our first stream. Fresh top of the morning. First stream of the week. Perk with a 56-month resub. Holy moly. You apply to the next season of Cake Buzz. You saw my Instagram story? Did you like it? We actually haven't cut the cake because I decided that I needed to bring it somewhere to show it to anybody. So I'm giving it to my sister, but I'm going to bring it over to her place and we're going to hopefully have some. I did eat some though because when I was leveling the cakes, I kept the tops of the cakes, and then also that recipe made an absurd amount of icing, so I had like a whole leftover container of icing. So I made up some little dishes of like cake top scraps and then icing, and then had that, and that was like really yummy. So that's a winner recipe. Cake sounded so good. Love adding coffee to baked goods. Yes. Yeah. Kitty's having her. Kitty's saying hi to you guys. Yeah, it should be fine. We've got a lens cleaner around here somewhere. All right, let me see. Do I have any game sound? It doesn't look like it, does it? Hi, Kitty. She's now saying hi to the water bottle. She has to reclaim her whole territory. We're gonna see if we can. Yeah, let's turn sound on. That'll help. And then I want to today. I haven't played for a couple of days because I was messing with Pal World and I was baking cakes and I was going places. I left my home a few times. It was unlike me. So I haven't been on WoW, which means I have vaults actually. Why don't we start with that? Well, you can stay in the Ezra span. I bet she's right where the dig is. So I'm gonna leave her there for another 20 minutes until the big dig starts at 9:30. But I think I actually have a vault on my beautiful blood DK here, who clearly I cannot decide on a transmug. Drops are enabled. I don't usually use stream tags, but I should figure out how to's. But drops are enabled on the stream. Sounds like you had an exciting weekend. Yeah, I think so. You could put it that way. Let's see. Drops. I did update my chat commando list. How do tags work on Twitch? How do I tag? I mean, yeah, I just want people to know that they can get that drop here. I don't want people to feel like they have to be here to get the drops. I mean, you can watch any WoW stream you want. Everybody's going to have them on. I don't know. I'm going to close that window. So I'm probably too late for the... I wanted to do a weekly time rift as well, but I'm probably too late for that. Oh yeah, I was going to do vault. That's right. Scary has a vault to open. Scary became fairy. Cakes reminds me of the streams I miss. The one nice thing about baking cakes, not on a baking stream though, is that I don't rush it the way that I used to. I used to feel like I really wanted to make something happen within like a 2.5, 3 hour stream. So I would like start to decorate things before they were fully cool, or I would like, it was usually chilling stages that I would truncate. Why? I would make them shorter, abbreviate them somewhat. And my one commitment to adult self is that I'm gonna do my very best. I'm gonna try my hardest when I'm baking something like that, and I'm going to follow the recipe to the letter unless I perceive something in the recipe to be stupid. And I feel like the only thing I didn't do was buy like 5 cups of butter for the icing. I used margarine instead because I'm not made of money. Did Moose help with the cake? He he actually watched from the sidelines, which is very unlike him. Normally, he is a big speed bump in the kitchen, like he just wants to lay by your feet in case you drop something. And you can encourage him to go lay in his bed outside the kitchen, and then he'll do that, and then he'll come back. But he was actually very good. He laid on the bed. He was not in the way. He was also like super tired. He was sleepy. He was prime mid nap time. CB, thank you for the 52-month resub. Speaking of Moose, has he been good? He's been a very good boy. I went out to collect a family member from the airport yesterday, so I was gone for a while, and my partner came with me. So Moose was home alone for a little bit, and it was kind of an unfortunate time. Like, he had his walks and his meals and everything like that, but he wasn't like settled down yet. It wasn't like in the middle of his nap or anything. He was still kind of romping. So we weren't sure if he was going to wreak havoc while we were gone, but we came back and everything was intact. Everything was right where it should be. He was up a lot. He wanted to play for a long time after I got home because he was like, "Oh my God, Mom, you're back." But he didn't destroy anything, and I was very proud of him. I always believed in him. He's a good boy. How would I pronounce? Is it McConey? The X is really throwing me off. I don't know how to say your name. Love the hairstyle. Thank you very much. What a good boy. Stream skip right as you were saying 4 cups. It sounded like something completely different. Had to do a double take. Unlike me, would have gotten to the cake. Yeah, he hasn't figured out how to open the fridge. I saw some funny videos. Also, do I want any of these things? There's a butcher block. I don't know. No, I've got a champion ember. What is this? This is a hero track version of some Dawn of the Infinite Shoulders that I don't have a Mog for yet, so I could take those just for a Mog, and then I could catalyze them into a higher item level of tier. Against all odds, I've been playing the Blood DK because whenever my friends do want like another player for our alt keys, they usually have the tank spot open. So I'm glad I happen to have a tank. I'm also glad that they like me and they have no standards for my gameplay because I invent my routes and I'm usually over. I basically just pull things that I kind of sort of remember other tanks pulling, but the trouble is that I'm like combining like 5 different routes in my head and I'm like picking up the packs that all of them pull. I'm not combining the skips, I'm combining the pulls. So I always end up kind of over on trash, but we're just doing like 13 keys or something. It's fine. You pronounced it good. McConey? We're gonna go with that. I'll stop calling you McMoney. Unless that brings you some kind of joy. We're gonna Arbor Worm, and I'm gonna go catalyze this just so I don't forget because I feel like I often forget. But yeah, I have a whole extra container of this espresso buttercream frosting, and it's kind of like for what? Like the only people that I would feed cake to, really. I'm already bringing the entire cake, and I have every intention of abandoning it there. So, I mean, I could freeze it, maybe? I don't know. I know you can keep it in the fridge for a couple of weeks until, like, the next thing you bake. It's, like, a nice frosting, but I have a very limited amount of frosting I have the capacity to eat within a given time frame. Try freezing it, yeah. That might be the thing. I have a bit of room in my freezer, which is unusual, but true. Okay, and then that's going to give me... Oh, yeah, it's going to give me a new transmog, too, because I don't have the heroic raid version of the Blood Death Knight Shoulders, because why would I? I barely play it. We don't really know what we're doing. We're lucky if we have Bone Shield up. Okay. And then we're gonna put those on with the B button. B for bags. 476. Very good. What else can I get into place? 15 minutes before the thing. What else? Oh, you know who else has a vault? I have one more vault. So you go home. I deleted every character on my account, bar 1. Who survived? I just thought on whip again before using. Yeah, I might do that. What even is Bone Shield? How is it supposed to work? Jamie Lee, thank you for the 56-month resub. 4 years and 8 months since we could sub to your amazingness. Here's to many more. I personally look forward to the wisdom that 50-year-old streaming Hazel has to share. Thank you very much, Jamie. That's really sweet. My new main, he's a Belf Paladin. Ha ha ha. Oh, speaking of Belf Paladins, literally had a dream last night that I was Anthus. I was my own Blood Elf Paladin, and I was doing the Legion class order hull campaign, in pursuit of my Legion class order hall mount. That was my dream. And it was weird because I haven't, like, it's normal for me to have WoW dreams if I've been playing a ton of WoW. But I hadn't been playing a ton of WoW. I hadn't really touched WoW in a couple of days. And meanwhile, my subconscious is like, you know what you really want to do is you really want to keep working on that Paladin class order hall campaign mount. You got to do it. He's named Mocha Latte, but I simply call him Boy. My main is a Gnome Holy Priest, Inksy. Do you know if there's a catch-up mechanic for charred runes from Dream Surges? Oh, for the Mammoth Mount. Charred runes from Dream Surges. I do not know. Your WoW feels neglected. I did some solo shuffle off stream, which is shocking because it means I have to like PvP and I don't even get the credit of having anybody CD. But I wanted to finish filling up my third vault option, so I did. We're 14% towards the Vicious Moon Beast. We're 39 ratings shy of getting our 1800 set. And I should have 3 vault options. What we're really hoping for here, what we would really, really super pretty please, fingers crossed, sugar pancakes on top like, would be a 2-handed weapon with some nice stats. Like a nice big staff, because that'll save me like a lot of conquest. I'm sitting on 1700 conquest, so no matter what I get, I can then go shopping to fill in some more slots. New song. What do we get? Alright, well, those aren't weapons. However, we do need some of it, which is good. We need any of it, which is actually nice. So, cloak and bracers, I'm pretty sure, are the cheaper pieces. Belt's not expensive, but I think it might be more expensive. However, crit versa not really. I think haste versa is nicer than crit versa. I don't think you really want to spec for crit as our druid. It's not the end of the world, but it's also not really what you want, I don't think. So I think I'm going to take bracers, cloak, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Doesn't really matter. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'll take a cloak. It's something. It's a piece. That'll save me basically like 500 conquest, but something. And we get an appearance. I can throw that on, and I can put a new speed enchant on it for all the good that does me. Maybe I'll put a stam enchant on it. That might make me feel better about my life. Shopping. Well, we'll do homebound speed. Just because I already had one, and that means that's the name that I'm thinking of right now. Tried Kuhn was sitting there for 30 minutes. Adds the DPS curse. You gotta heal if you want the instant Qs. Cloak, 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 cloak. Okay, and then what else do I want to buy? So with 1700, do I want to save and just buy the weapon, or do I want to start filling out everything else and hope that I get a weapon from Vault? I think I might just save up and just buy the weapon, and just to, because that's a huge chunk of stats to get your conch weapon. It's not as important for me because I'm a caster, but it's still like important. I think at this point I might just hold on and then get my staff. Like a nice haste versa or versa mastery. Nice haste versa staff. As soon as I get a little more conquest, which means I don't have to buy anything. I can check out the weekly quest though. Do you consider yourself a nerd? I don't know if I take identity in it the way that I used to when I was younger, but that's mostly just because I don't take identity in very much anymore. I'm just kind of here. I enjoy a lot of things that can be categorized as nerdy, but I don't feel particularly special or unique for doing so. Proving solo. Whoa. There we go. NC here too. I'm hoping to make a lemon cake today. That sounds lovely. Hope you're having a great day. I decided to start a brand new Shadow Priest adventure of my own after maining a prop pally for years. Any advice? I mean, anything gameplay-wise, you can find it from the Wowhead guide. That's how I learn everything. But see if you like the Glyph of Shadow. If you like seeing your Mog, the new Glyph of Shadow is like really diminishes the impact of the Shadow form visual, so you can quite well see your armor underneath it, and I like that a lot. That would be my tip. I am making elderberry syrup. Do a daily, get one crafted. I don't have any more of the PvP trophies, and I don't know how to get any more, and I don't want to get any more. I don't want to. It's a good idea, and I'm not going to do it. I am going to hide my cloak, though, or change it to that Amir Jizzle thing. I haven't done Emerald Dream Weeklies in a little bit, and I think it's going to bite me eventually when it comes to Transmog, because because eventually I'm gonna be like, man, I wish I'd been doing these seed bloom weeklies for this free seed bloom so I could be getting through this transmog. I guess I could do that for a hot minute just while I'm like waiting here. I could just go plant 3 seeds and finish last week's seed bloom weekly, because I got 10 minutes before the dig, and I don't really want to get into anything big before then because I don't want to forget. I must dig. I need to do my first weekly dig to get a big chunk of fragments and see if there's anything I can buy, because I think that's pretty much where I'm at with dig desire at this station of my life. Is I'm down to doing it once a week. I did a lot of digs for the first week. I got myself a delightful whatchamacallit thingy-madoodle. I'm picking up the Super Bloom Weekly for no reason. I'm not going to do it. I got myself the pack beast. I got a mount. And now I'm feeling like I'm good. Yeah, that's nice. And then when that one hatches, that'll give me some rep too. I thought, no, well. Maybe I have it still from last week. Is there a quest to get started on the digs? There is, but you don't need it. The quest is mainly to unlock the world quest, which reminds me I need to do the world quests. Hazel, you're an amazing person was stuck in 10-minute follower only mode. I can probably turn that off now. I can probably turn that off now. We had a spam raid a few days ago, but I think we're good. The question is, chat settings, followers only chat, 0 minutes. All right. Well, no. Well, I guess that's just follow. Like, you just have to follow the stream. Do I care if people follow the stream? I don't think so. It's not a very big barrier to entry. I guess it's a barrier to entry. There you go. You have to follow the stream, but not for any particular amount of minutes. How do you get the dinosaur mount with the auction house? Nowadays, you save up basically gold cap, and then you camp out BMOS, your own servers, and possibly other servers, and then you try to snipe it as soon as it comes up. In my case, you just go back in time to BFA, and then you get 5 million gold in BFA, and then you buy it off a vendor, but it's no longer on that vendor. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Ochre Dream Talent. I started doing that. On my priest, and I completely did not follow up on it at all. Like, I started it, and then it just fell out of my head and plunked into the ocean. It's gone. Any transmog? Nope. But 750 rep. Now, let's see if we can do another one. Since you have so many mounts, do you know if there's an achievement after the otherworldly Audic? I think that the Audic is the last one that's available. Chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's my understanding. I don't think there's another mount reward after that. For the moment. Wait. Where did it go? It's gone. Oh. Let's try this one. Correct, that's the latest. I want to see if I can get any cool mogs from just like my weekly's worth of dig fragments. We'll have to take a look at that. Hopefully, yeah, we're doing a small dream seed here. That'll be good. Because that is all that I have. The only thing I can plant is the green ones. I bought a couple of green ones in this character from the vendor for supplies just so that I could like do the seed planting weekly, but I haven't done anything else really, so I don't have any purple or blue seeds that I might use to plant. Alright, let's just go get one more. Only one more to go then. The add-on that is affecting the seed planting is called Plumber. It's fantastic. It's great if you're running around planting a bunch of seeds. There's over here. Gives you a nice little button that you can use to plant, and then if it's already planted, it lets you hold down the button to contribute a lot of dewdrops if that's what you want to do. I like it a lot. Okay. And there's the weekly done at least. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing, Captain Lemons? That incidentally reminds me, for no reason, not relevant, not interesting. I need to, next time I'm at the store, I need to get lemon juice and or lemons, but Probably lemon juice because I never... Fresh things are tough for me because I tend to forget that I have stuff and then time slips by me in gigantic, like, month-long chunks. And then a lot of fresh things tend to become not so nice in my fridge anymore because I've just completely forgotten about them. But, you know, lemon juice in a bottle. It doesn't taste as nice as the fresh stuff if you're cooking with it, but, like, it'll get the job done. And it doesn't usually go off on me. So I got 1 seed bloom. I didn't need that Tendra's vest. What is it that I am earning now? There's transmog wise. That is a one-handed mace I don't have yet. I guess I'm finishing out like the weapons. And then maybe I'll work on like the cloth set. I got the entire leather set. I bought the bark bloom set because I liked it a lot. And now I'm trying to finish up weapons, I suppose. Is it almost time? It's almost time. It's 9:27. It is nearly time to start digging. I guess I'll leave her here for the moment. Lemon, great for future baked goods. A lot of my recipes call for buttermilk, and I can never be bothered to buy buttermilk because, one, I can never find it in the store. Like, they always carry it, but I swear they hide it in, like, an alternate pocket dimension. And then secondly, it's, like, kind of expensive and available in quite small containers. So usually I'll just do the thing where I add a little bit. You can do vinegar as well, but I'll just add a little bit of lemon juice to some milk, and then I'll just sub that in, and it works well enough for my purposes. I'm digging, and... if you can't tell, this is my digging character. Found a recipe for almond cookies I plan on making this weekend. Can't wait. Whenever I need buttermilk for something, make something else that needs buttermilk so I can use it all at one time. Smart. What mount that you've collected are you most proud of? Soaring Spell Tome was the hardest one. I worked the hardest on the Soaring Spell Tome, I think, in terms of just actual sheer effort. In Shadowlands, when they first brought that out, that was the one that... when I first finished my first challenge, I thought, there's no way that I'm gonna get the rest of these done. But little did I know, I had done the hardest one first. So it wasn't easy after that point. But it wasn't as bad as doing. I did the twins challenge on Shadow Priest, and that was ugly. That was rough. That was a lot of practice is what that one took. Now you have a mount to remind you of the pain every time you get on it. Well, that's one way to look at it. Shake heavy whipping cream. You can get fresh butter and buttermilk at the same time. Oh. I have not seen the Guild Wars 2 UI add-on. Hazel, entered in Shrouded. Seems fun. Will you play it? Yeah. I promised some friends that I would go in with them. So I have it. I think tonight, if I get home... I don't know what time I'm getting home, and I don't know what time they're playing, but yeah, I'm going to play it. It's unfortunate timing with Palworld happening, too. But I'm trying to have some self-control with Palworld. It's hard because we have a trio server. There's 3 of us playing, and I'm the one that, like, has the server saved, so they can't play without me. A lot of pressure. There are too many games. I agree. Have we figured out if there are rep benefits from the archivists? There must be, but I don't know what they are. I still have not. I have not gone up a rep level. Somebody must have by now. Enshrouded is co-op like that. Needs a dedicated server. Yeah, luckily in the case of Enshrouded, the server's not going to be on me. That's the Palworld thing is me, but it's not I'm not running a dedicated server. I'm just kind of hosting the game. What is my server 3 guys at the excavation site? I wonder if big digs are gonna fall off somewhat. If some people have kind of like seen it now, and they kind of like ground out like the initial drops, and now they're kind of where I'm at, where they're gonna do it like once a week and not every single time. You can definitely grind pretty fast. You can grind fragments if you hang out and you just do these all the time, and they're not hard or annoying to do really. But you know, there's a certain point where you start to see the appeal of just doing it once a week. So I need bone clover. One thing that I really want to look into is I have come to the understanding, and maybe this was just like a weirdness of how it worked last week, but like if you look at the archivist, I want to call them the Archivist Codex. If you look at the Azerothian Archives dailies, like the world quests rather, that are up once you get those up, and they all give fragments. It came to my understanding that once you had done one world quest and gotten fragments for it, the rest of them all became gold rewards. And maybe that's some kind of a protection to stop you from just like min-max grinding fragments and like a bunch of alts. But it's weird that it does it even on like the main character. Like you could see a big batch of hang on. Channel onto Nerubian's otter familiars to unleash their clue finding. All right. I'll look shortly, but I have jobs. Somebody needs me. Oh, that worked. Yeah, so if I look at the map and we zoom it all the way out and we sort by faction. Oh no, see this time all three of them are for gold. Maybe that was just like a weird thing. What if it's only one in the week? Because like if it's just for gold, then yeah, sure, it's a source of rep. And it's like a decent source of rep. But again, rep for what? Like I guess I want the rep because I would like to do the Azerothian Archives meta achievement, so I need to do the world quest for that. But I don't know, man. Picked up Chicken Journey today for my Switch on a friend recommendation, and it's everything I need right now in my life. At the risk of finding out more about another game when I don't need another game, what is Chicken Journey? It kind of appeals to me already just based on the title and being on Switch, and also that you like it already. When I saw you were streaming Palworld, I thought I had entered an alternate universe. Do you enjoy it? Yeah, I do. I like it a lot. I'm not super far progressed. I have this continuing desire to keep starting over so I can do the beginning of the game better, even though that's a little bit silly. But I like the I like the base automation aspects of it. I like being able to set up the different collection stations at your base and like finding really good pals with nice traits that you can assign to it that they have the skill and maybe a trait that goes with it to make them good at it. So simple, cute, wholesome platformer. You're a chicken. You complete quests to help your friends in your chicken village. Aw. Pixel art put a platform. I'm not sure it'll be your thing. That's fair, yeah. Aw. I think I was just thinking about chickens. Very easy platformer. Oh, wait, we're not sorting stones. We're just inspecting them. Hi, Hazel. Hello, Electricity Marine. How you doing? Got enough fragments for a couple items. I don't know if I even want all of it. I started out with this fire to collect everything from the Azerothian Archives. And I'm still holding on to that, but my fire is definitely sputtering a little bit. It's just too much other stuff going on. There's just too many things. I kind of miss when the digs were super popular and I mostly just needed to dig the piles because that required less of my attention. This is a lot more things to do. No rewind? I know that after the stream ends you can rewind it. I don't know if you can rewind it when it's live. There might be a way to, but I'm not super experienced with a Twitch player. Ironically enough. Look at this, slows down after 1 week. Yeah, I think that's pretty predicted. And I think they've probably made it with this in mind. Like, you can still do the event and you can still get your weekly. Like, failing to get a bunch of tomes isn't going to really be life or death to your collecting, so to speak. It's not like Soup, where if you don't have enough people, you're not even going to get the boss. Do I need to target you? I do. But, yeah, I don't think it's going to be swarmed for a super long period of time. I think people are just kind of moving on. Oh, I have to go get another hat? Oh, man, okay. But I don't know. I think after the mount, I think I have to save up for the candelabra. I know it's silly because it's like a two-hander. It's silly because it's a two-hander. And, I don't use those on... I can't use the two-handed mace on my priest. But I've been playing my Blood Death Knight just enough And I've been struggling to find a Mog that I love to pieces on her, and I think maybe what she needs is an enormous candlestick. That could be just the thing. Fire Insider, thank you for the 14-month resub. Woo! Party! Gotta run around and beat mobs with Lumiere. Exactly. I think that's gonna have to happen. It's a pretty expensive Mog, but you know, if we're getting any of them, we may as well get that one first. We get a couple of bonus fragments for doing the tasks at least. Not many, but like 7. That's something. So having a lot of tasks is kind of nice in that way. The candlestick will allow her to light the way forward for your friends. She's basically Rudolph. Need more plate Mog though. Love the candlestick in my belly. Been doing alt leveling for the last month. Have 2 warriors, 100, 100, and 1 monk to 70. Oh, that's quite the collection. Tazra Gaming, thanks for the gift subs. Congrats to those who picked them. Appreciate it. One thing I liked about the Big Digs is I enjoyed the characters, actually. And not just because I like saying Eid weird. I do enjoy that very much. But, you know, like you actually kind of... Each of them has like their own thing. They're visually distinct enough and their niches are distinct enough that I like vaguely remember who they are, which is more than I can say for the NPCs in any other rep like ever. The closest thing would be whoever it was that we were mainly dealing with in the Zereth Mortis reputation. There was like a Firim, I think. He was a big deal. I vaguely remember him a little bit, but like for the most part, they're all pretty forgettable, but these guys are kind of cool. I like the tank classes. Oh, this is my least favorite task, I think. I think I'm the worst at this one. You have to find runes with your flashlight and then extra action button them. But you have to find them. And I'm not very good at finding them. I think maybe sometimes they're on the bones. Maybe if I just click at random, I will qualify. I'll just get lucky. No, we're still at 35. Ah, my apprentice. You return at last. It's still seared into my brains. Oh, there's a rune. There's also a clue. Okay, well that's unfortunate. There we go. Yeah, I'm trying to use the yellow dots. It's a bit tricky. Or at least I'm finding it a bit tricky. Oh, there's some. There's another one. You don't remember Venari? How could you? I did Venari dirty. I left her alone. I started Shadowlands and you get to the Venari part and she's like, "Go away." And I said, "Okay." And I did. And I did not do her reputation. Even when it was the only way to get like sockets for your gear. I was like, she told me to leave. I'm respecting her boundaries is what I'm about to do. You need to look at how to get the pets for this event. I feel like one of them's from the world quests. They're both tied to achievements. One of the achievements I seem to be getting some progress on. This finally at rest achievement. I seem to be getting some kind of progress on just by doing the dig. I think you have to get like some tomes to proc. So as you keep big digging, I think we're working on this one. This one has to do with doing the world quest. I think you just have to do the world quest a bunch of times and it'll eventually, like you have to do any given world quest 3 times for the Neuroban thing. I don't know. But basically just do the world quest. I don't have either of them yet. But I do have a new round of world quest to do. So we are going to get to that. Okay, so let's turn in our weekly. Open up all our books. Why spend more time in the mod than necessary? Never maxed out Venari. I went back and did it at the end of Shadowlands because they added a Paragon mount to her chest. Or maybe she already had it, but I think they added it. And I was mount collecting. I needed everything. Okay, 5,000 fragments, 3,000 reputation. And then we open all of our bookies. Very good. Fragments, books, items, etc. Yeah, okay. So I have 6,816 fragments. I think I need like, what, 15,000, 10,000 for the Mog that I want. So maybe that isn't the last dig that I'll do today. Maybe I'm talking a big game about my doing 1 dig a week, and I'm gonna cave because I want a big candlestick. If I look at my Azerothian Archives rep, I am now capable. I have repped up to rank 2, so maybe when I go back to the upstairs place in Thaldraszus, they'll have something for me. I don't know. In the meantime, though, we've got 1 world quest in the Forbidden Reach, 1 of them in the Azerothian Caverns, 2 of them in the Azerothian Caverns. So let's go to the Azerothian Caverns. Why didn't they put the vendor here? I really assumed that the location of the big dig was going to rotate, and that's why they wanted like 1 stationary rep vendor up in Thaldraszus. I figured the big dig would be in like different places because it sure seemed like it should be portable. But I've come to understand that nope, that's just where it is. 10k, 14k-ish? I'll have to take a look. Wanted to enjoy Shadowlands? Lots of things left a bad taste. That is a perfectly valid experience. There's a hole here somewhere. I know it. No good comes of having me fly into the caverns of my own two wings. It's never a good idea. Kitty cat, you gonna come back up? My cat sense is tingling. Yeah, there you are. You live with a cat long enough and your peripheral vision just picks up some cat alarms. Hi. And there's a feline that wants up on your lap. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? There's never ever in the world going to be another cat as nice as you. You're the best one. You're my favorite. Hi. Okay. I'm going there and there. Let's do this one first. When you do the world quest in the Forbidden Reach, I think you can get credit towards Goggle Wobble if you dance with her before starting the world quest. Oh, that's a good tip. I have that achievement. I finished it already, but that's a really good tip. 650 fragments from getting the vendor mount from the archives. Nice. Yeah, you should be able to get that done. 650 won't take you too long. That's exciting. Okay, what do you want me to do? Information collected. This one. Okie dokie. This is mainly just a extra action button / clicking on things when I think. I'm a little bummed they're not going to give me any extra fragments for these. I feel like the world quest should always give you fragments. Because getting them from the digs, it's not incredibly slow, but it's a little slow. Wait, what happened? Was I not supposed to fly? And I mean, if you've gone to all of the trouble to unlock the world quest, I feel like the least they can do is let you get an extra like 1,500 fragments every 3 days for doing this, but maybe not. I don't know. Okay, my deepest apologies. I'm very sorry. I will stay on the ground this time. Unable to do the goggle world quest. For some reason, I just never got the goggles. Okay. Well, I'm at 14% somehow for unclear reasons. I'm going to stay on the ground more or less, or at least close to the ground. I think I might have gone too far. Let's go up the hill. We'll have to see the... After this one, I'll do the... Actually, no, that's an excavation quest. That's not a goggle quest. The Forbidden Reach one must be goggles. Oh, I found it. They're gonna get me to fight these charred in one way or another. They know I've been skipping these world quests. They know I never come out here. Somebody in the game must really enjoy these like more dangerous world quest areas as like, I guess, a challenging endgame version of outdoor content that's better tackled with a group. That must be for somebody. It's not for me. I've never liked them. I always just end up avoiding them and not doing the world quests. And then whenever they make me do it for like a story quest or something, I always resent them bitterly. Don't think anyone enjoys the area. Have you asked everybody? I don't think you can know that. Are you gonna go after the Evoker Legendary in Season 4? Kappa? No! And nobody can make me. I agree, area sucks. Can't say I love them, do often slog through bitterly as well. They're not like, it's... I dislike feeling like I'm being pushed to join a World Quest group. Which is bizarre because, like, back when, in Legion, when, like, World Quest Group Finder was, like, the business, I was all about it. I would, you know, click that button and join a group for any World Quest that I could because it was super seamless and it made it really fast to do your World Quests. But for whatever reason, nowadays, I don't know. I feel like the group's already, like, half done. The group is, like, split up. You join a group and there's, like, 2 people in one area, 1 person in, like, Mulgore. 1 person all on their own that has pulled way too many things and it's like kind of dangerous to jump in there with them. It just never goes well. It's just never, I don't know. It doesn't happen very smoothly whenever I've tried it. One of the main reasons I do Mythic Plus and Raid is to get gear so I can feel uber powerful. This area ruins that fantasy. Just like gameplay events, I feel like a slog, pushed into doing it, be it group or solo. Yeah. Nice thing about the Dragonflight ones is that I have been able to get away with it get away with skipping them for the most part. Like, they're mainly just for, I guess there was the Rathian Sibelian questline area, but I got away with skipping that for a long time too. Like, yeah, there was like a cloak or a ring or something, but it wasn't life or death to have it, or at least I didn't find it to be life or death. I managed to get by in my raid just fine, and I ended up getting that super late. I went back and did them, I think, a patch later, and by then it was a little comfier. We are close to this. Oh, 6 magic battle training stones. Do I have a team? Do I have a team for this? Yeah, I do. Am I this distractible? Yeah, I am. I wonder why that's not pinning. Prowl. Once I got Rathian to Exalted, stopped going. Let's swap to the Dragonling. I must have had a pet battle script string for this at some point, but I think I have scripts turned off. Maybe? Only tried 1 pet battle world quest, a Murloc kind of guy just wiped the floor with me. Some of them are tough. Some of them take the right team. And then it's Cursed Berman time. Prowl and Call Darkness should finish this. Theoretically. This add-on is all part of Rematch. The string has been imported from Zufu's Pet Battle Guide, so the add-on doesn't come with the Pet Battle strats. You have to import those. But Rematch is loading the strat for me. That strategy was by Dragons After Dark, who contributes lots of strategies to Zufu's. We're so close. I just need to find 1 more little blue spots. I feel like there's one up here. Is that true? That is true. I saw a little blue guy go up the stairs. I found a clue. Okay, alright. So yeah, that gave me 300 rep with the archive, 635 gold, some supplies, and some cresties. Alright. That's something. Tried it and shredded for all of 10 minutes. Got some error upon logging in repeatedly. Hotfix in the works. Back to Pale World. Yeah, better it happens now so they can sort it out before gaming time. Finds unearthed. Yeah. Okay, do I just have the totem? I think I do. So we do this, and then this. And then when we find the big one, which is not this, then we play the little game. That's right. Did you ever see Blue's Clues as a kid? I think so. I remember the guy. Steve. He seemed friendly. Dev's been tweeting pirate flags lately. They're up to something. Okay, hear me out. What if instead of it being like pirates or hardcore classic, or pardon me, hardcore retail, it's hardcore retail but with pirates. It's like a separate server. It's randomly hardcore retail. It is exclusively the only transmogs available are pirate mogs. All of the NPCs are pirates. It's like a contained pirate content only server, and when you die, your character walks the plank in an unskippable cutscene and they're lost forever. You know. Culturians only. I don't know when the 6 to 12 month sub promo ends. They might have it listed on the shop site somewhere. Been a while since I tuned in. Hello? Hello! Oh, alright. We found it. So we want this. Do the new archaeology thing? Yeah. I want to get my world quest done. So that I can get all of my rep, and then I'm going to go to the Azerothian Archives to find out what the rep's all about. Although, in about 7 minutes, I do want to do the time rift. Oh, hey, a holomoth. I want to do the time rift because I should get a weekly quest, and I'm back on top of doing those weekly quests. I don't have all the time rift stuff collected yet. And it'll be a lot easier if I do the weekly every week, so. Okay, we found it. Good, good. Where do I find the motivation to do world quests? I'm so behind on reps. I'm a terrible source of where to find the motivation in anything. I feel that I often have a lot of motivation, but I have no control over towards what. And then sometimes it just all drains out of me and then I become flubbery. Shrouded had an update. Where do you pick up this daily? So this is a world quest. Oh, I need to find some fire, you guys. This is a world quest, and to unlock these world quests, you need to do the intro quest line to the Azerothian Archives, and you can pick that up at there's a flyer in the inn in Veldraken and some more around Veldraken to get started on it. But the quest line takes a little bit of doing, but it walks you through like a tutorial for each of these world quest types. Oh, you know what my problem is? I've been interact keying to try to mine the darn thing. And instead of mining it, I've just been clicking the totem, and I need to be... We're a little too hot. Or cold. Or dirty. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. There we go. They were buggy? It's been working fine for me. It's just that the system, at least for this specific one, is like annoying. There we go. I think I like the other types better. So now it's time for the the Forbidden Reach. So I can just hearth and then fast travel, probably. Any idea if the opening question is account-wide? I don't know. I haven't tried on alts. I had heard somebody say... Oh, hey, I didn't pick up my vault. I had heard somebody say that that the world quest did not open on alts, but I didn't look to confirm that. I think I'm probably just taking a socket. I guess if there's transmog, I'll take transmog. I could get this belt. Or I could take a staff mog. Do I want transmog or do I want a socket? I can get a new socket for my... I've got a Mythtrack helm that I could catalyze. And then I could socket it. I can't even upgrade it all the way. I might just take transmog. Season's like over, you know? No one needs me to be any better at this than I am already. 482 is enough. Let's take the staff, eh? Right? Question? Well... Is the belt cool? The belt's kind of cool. But it's like really huge. I'm not going to wear it. I'm not really going to use the staff either. I'll take the staff. Digging, the new Dig public event. Okay, so we have 4 minutes until Time Rift starts. I don't think that's enough time for me to do the Forbidden Reach World quest, but it is enough time. Well, actually, I think my evoker might need to fly back to the... Let me see, where's my evoker? She's in Thaldraszus. Oh, she might be camped out by the Time Rift. I think I have extra Enshrouded Destinies too, so I should get a guaranteed item for the next Rift. Let me just take her to the Forbidden Reach real quick. You like Time Rift over Super Bloom? Yeah. Yeah, Super Bloom I find to be boring. I find Super Bloom to be pretty dull. It just takes a long time. The best way that I found to do Super Bloom is to show up 15 minutes late and to just kind of do everything in the last like 3 minutes of the event. And which at least is pretty predictable to time. You think Time Rift is the best one of the events? I think it was pretty well done. I think I enjoy Big Digging a little bit more than the Time Rift because I don't know, it's like a smaller area to travel over and most of the tasks are a bit easier. And it's not like the Time Rift is always going to be back-to-back tasks and some of them are kind of confusing. But I like the reward structure of the Time Rift better. Like, I liked the vendors that had everything that could drop as kind of like a bad luck protection. What is the Time Rift you're speaking about? It is a world event that was added to Thaldraszus. I'll show you in just a minute here. It's starting at the top of the hour. And I'm going to do it on my evoker. There's a currency you can get. There's a rep you can get. There are cosmetics that you can buy. Mounts, pets, toys. Not toys. Mounts, pets, transmog. And there's also... And all of those things that you can buy off the vendors can also drop from the rifts themselves. So sometimes you get lucky and then you get to check a piece off your list. Time Rift is repeatable, but there is a weekly quest that gives you a substantial amount of currency and reputation. So doing it once a week is an acceptable strategy. There's also items you can get called Encapsulated Destiny that guarantee that you get a drop from the Time Rift. And you can get a free one of those every day from doing a daily in Aeon's Fringe, which is another place in Thaldraszus. And sometimes they drop from the Time Rift as well. So whenever you have one of those up, you know you're going to get something from your next one. Unfortunately, it seems like it can also include... the Encapsulated Destiny seems like it also includes just like the regular gear and not like the special cosmetics. And you can pretty quickly get caught up on all of those and then not need those anymore. Have a wonderful day, Miss Nutty. Thanks, Off Duty. Okay, let's see. I am Reputation with Sword Army. I'm 4 of 5, and I'm like less than 3k rep off the end of it. Doing this weekly quest is going to give me, I think, what, like 1k rep? And then also some fragments. So, the event takes place here. It's pretty close to Veldraken. It's just to the east. And it starts at the top of every hour. I have an Encapsulated Destiny up. So I am ready to rock and roll. So for roughly 10 minutes, a little under 10 minutes, you just kind of hang out around the area. You do whatever task they give you. There'll be different mobs to kill, bosses to fight, sometimes things to pick up. And then at the end of it, there's a time rift in the middle, and then you can go into like an alternate timeline and fight a boss, basically. And the boss will have a chance to drop you some of the stuff. If you have an alt that hasn't done it, you can get another 1k from the intro quest to the rift. Oh. I have a lot of alts that haven't done it. I wonder if that's the move. How long does that take? You can do the weekly time rift and alts and send the reps account bound. Oh, I didn't know they let you do the weekly multiple times. That's a good tip. I kind of thought that once you'd done the weekly once that they wouldn't give it to you again. weekly is account line. Huh. Conflicting information. Oh well. Didn't used to. No, have a great day. Needs further investigation. Because I'm not sure of anything. I haven't done it. Slay the minion of Deathwing. You betcha. This is my evoker's main purpose left in her life now that she's not my main anymore. She pretty much just lives here. She's the one character that I have that I really haven't played at all this season that already had some gear and maybe could have done it. I think I just had enough evoker. I've evoked. I went, I saw, I evoked, I'm done. It's nice, it's a fun class, it's a cool character. I'm just, I'm good. I missed being a priest. The Lich King boss used to destroy the poor pugs. I think the Lich King boss still destroys people sometimes. Does the legendary have anything to do with that? The legendary was a big reason why I got off Evoker in the first place. It wouldn't drop for me. Find the old god minions. Oh dear. Old god. Do the Klaxi count for old gods? The Klaxi were just like... Oh yeah, I guess so. I thought they were just bugs, man. I didn't pay enough attention in MoP. Because they were like napping in the amber. Left my evoker after my guildie got the legendary, then stopped playing. Still never got it. In hindsight, I'm kind of glad I didn't get it because it would have been a lot of work and gold to get the thing, and then it was pretty much immediately put out of date. And then we're hoping that you know, people will be able to update Nazuros to use it one more time in season 4. But it seems like outside of collecting the appearance, there's not... kind of wasn't worth it. It didn't really get a lot of airtime. By the time you get it in the season that it was launched, it was already, like, the season was over. Everybody was done with the raid, at least in my guild. Like, getting that drop was, like, the last thing we did before we all stopped raiding, and then as soon as we came back for season 3, it was basically immediately outdated. Kind of a bummer. And I think I just, I didn't know it at the time, but I think I needed, like, a really good excuse to go back and be a gnome again. I was feeling the itch to not be a Drakthir anymore. I like my Visage form a lot. I think she looks really nice. I like the options that they have, but I miss being a gnome. Just feels more like me. That is what I'm experiencing with the axe right now. Yeah, hopefully they do like some kind of a token that's hopefully pretty easy to get to update those things for season 4, so they at least get a little bit more airtime. Started doing big group stuff in WoW. How am I supposed to click a target mob in Super Bloom? There's so many nameplates around. It's a good question. I just don't. I just don't. If it's like I'm trying to get a target on like the boss, I might tab for it, but the boss is usually big enough that I can tab target. Yeah. Have you done Dragonfly as an evoker? I mean, I did it like I used to soar sometimes before they changed it, and now it's like the same but like better. I guess no is the answer. No, I have not. Mage Belden, thank you for the 39-month resub. Much love to you, Kira, and Moose. Keep warm. Will do. You betcha. Thank you very, very much. It's warmed right up outdoors here around here. It's been like 8 to 10 degrees and raining for a few days. The snow is basically completely gone. And I thought I would miss the snow being gone, and I think Moose misses the snow being gone. He now does this thing wherever he encounters like a remaining pile of snow where like a snowman used to be. He will leap upon it and then dig it up with his paws and then kind of like prounce around in it and then like try to eat some of it. He wants to to play in the snow, and there's not that much snow left, but he gets really excited whenever he finds a little bit of it. I think he's out of luck for that now. But I was kind of glad to see the back of it by the time it was gone, because it makes it much easier to get around. It would have been harder to, oh, hey. Hello. It's Murloc meat. Yeah. Would have been harder to get to the airport if it had been snowy. It was already bad enough because it was like rainy and foggy and dark, and I think my headlights suck. I think I need to replace the bulbs of my car's headlights, because you kind of can't, they don't do a whole lot. Like, they were on for sure, but there wasn't much doing. they weren't getting much done. Vesper Sage, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Sometimes the plastic gets foggy as it ages. Yeah, I think that might be the case. I was reading that the brights do good work, but you can't just like drive around with those in the freeway at night with a bunch of other people and blind all of them. I mean, you could, but I wasn't prepared to. Are you close? Yeah, another minute we can do the boss. I don't know why I've been trying so diligently at these tasks when it seems that we're not getting I didn't join a group or anything like that. There's not that many people here, if any. So I don't think we're getting any of these boxes. I think I'm mostly just entertaining myself by helping. I guess I'm getting some flakes, actually. I'm getting a handful of paracausal flakes here and there for doing stuff, but I think that any box is a bit of a pipe dream at this point. Oh no, there's a few other people here. But yeah, I guess I can Google this later. Is replacing the headlights in my car the kind of thing that I want to get somebody to do, or is it like changing a light bulb? Because I can change light bulbs, but I usually pay somebody else to mess with things on my vehicle. I'm not really very mechanic minded. Depends on the car. Okay. I'll look it up. What type of car? The beep beep one with the wheel and the tires. It's got like turn signals and stuff. I'm cagey about that kind of thing. Go to a parts store. They usually do it for you for free. The mechanic has to do it because they relate to the crumple zone. Useless with cars, and I can do it on my own. Modern car is often painful. Okay. I hope I get a piece of transmog drop. I wonder if I need anything from, it seems like the drop pool for a given boss is kind of related to like which timeline they're from, maybe? And if you have everything from that drop pool, you might be out of luck. I don't know if that's the case or if they can start dropping other stuff. The one mount that I still need is the Siege of Orgrimmar looking one. I need the big metal scorpion. If the car isn't old enough to vote, probably worth going to someone unless you're technically / mechanically inclined. Maybe later in my life I might put in some work to become work and research and a bit of poking around to become more technically and mechanically inclined, but maybe I'll just leave that to the professionals in my lifetime. Oh, I got a axe. Nice. I got a piece of transmog. I needed that. We got the Jingoist's Slicer. I will learn that. And then let's go turn in our quest and see how many flakies we have. Thanks for the help, guys. Congrats, that's a good one. You like it? I wonder how close I am. We've got another dig at another 19 minutes. I think I want to do the Eon's Fringe daily just to stock up on encapsulated destinies. Time needs mending. Fishy gift. That's another just 100 rep. Temporal. Finally! That was the last one I needed! Oh! I've been missing this achievement by like one item forever, and it gives a toy that is like a weird toy and that is almost like a pet. It has... Here, let's go out here so it doesn't like despawn or anything. Ask Boffins to follow you around for a while. There he is. That's Boffins. He's coming with me. 5-minute uptime. 1 hour cooldown. Because reasons. Maybe he overheats. Oh, that feels good to have done. That was like one of the main achievements that was still sticking me on this. And then if we open our contained paracausality. Oh, I got another encapsulated destiny. Throw another one up before I forget. And then 1,000 rep with Sword Army. And then another 1,000 flakes. So I am really close. Yeah, 16.7 of 18k. And then flakes-wise, sitting on 2,300 flakes. So I believe I need 3,000 to get my final mount, which should be not from the Warlands vendor. Yeah, the Perfected Juggernaut. This is the last mount I need. I need another 700 flakes or so. So I'll probably just get that next week. But I do want to maybe look into doing the daily. I don't want to run out of encapsulated destinies. What's my favorite toy? Prismatic Bauble. I use that one all the time. I like that one a lot. I have it macroed into movement abilities, so it's macroed to my angelic feather on my gnome, and it gives me my rainbow trail. Never understood why he's not a pet. Yeah. Do we do any Mythic Plus raiding or dungeons? Usually at the beginning of the season, and then I'll switch into collecting and alts sort of in late season like we are now. So I did all my 20s on my Holy Priest, and then we've cleared the Heroic Raid a number of times. And I do a little bit of PvP, which I'm kind of chipping away at the Vicious mount currently. But yeah, most of stream. My favorite thing to do on stream is collecting, I think. I want to make it to Eon's Fringe. Was it not there? I think it is there. I think I was just confused. There should be a daily. Up a little more. Also, I keep forgetting I was supposed to try out the dragon riding thing. Gilmore, thank you very much for the 33-month resub. I'm at a 2,500 with my Holy Priest. How do you deal with incorporeals? Mind control. Mind control is great because it will actually change the incorporeal to be on your team so that it will debuff the boss in the trash packs for you. It annoys the heck out of your friends because sometimes they get confused about whether or not the thing has actually been dealt with because it looks like it's still casting. Yeah, Dominate Mind. Shackle Undead works as well, but you have to kind of spec into that. I feel like your default spec has Dominate Mind more easily. Time Lost Gladiator Trio. Where? There! Good grief, that's far. Okay. What if I stick myself on a flight path and then I take a break? How's that? Clearly into a few fun things to collect. Didn't know about on these streams too. Nice. Trying for Keystone Hero for the first time this season. It's been fun. Flight path? Hello? Ah, over here. Tried mind control and 18 plus turned into the thing. Yeah, dominate mind. I think I misspoke. Yeah, that's no good. You definitely want to be able to play your own character. Okay, we're going to send her over here. I'm going to take a short break. I shall be right back. I got black pants, and I've discovered that they show pet hair and also cat litter dust if the cat jumps up on my lap extremely well, but you can more or less brush it all off. Oh, okay. That mount new? This one? Yes. This one is part of the latest 6 or 12 month sub promo, or it's also available separately on the shop. DVK Joe, thank you very much for the 10 gift subs. Holy smokes, appreciate it. Brings you up to a new total of 80. Holy moly. Oh, wow. Just because I love hear it. Can you say Molly Wobbles the Mechano Mistweaver Mug? Molly Wobbles the Mechano Mistweaver Mug. Emmy. Oh, we're going this way. Oh, they put a new boss at the Field of Ferocity. I didn't know that. Interesting. I wonder if I can solo it. Let's find out. I'm in top raid gear from last season. Woke up from a little car nap. How's everyone else doing? What's up, Diarrhea Lad? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I was so tired this morning that the lamp didn't wake me up. It had to get to bird sounds, so it came to that. So there's Valyra Sanguinar, Logosh, and Brol Bearmantle. What a strange pile of people. Okay, it looks like, yes, I can solo this. Yes, I can. You can do a lot of things with a beacon from the beyond. That's going to be fun to have back next season when it gets updated. Do you have any or know anyone who makes content on how to make custom weakores? I'm sure someone does. I don't know who, though. Maybe chat has some recommendations. I know, oh, what's their name? Luxthos makes a lot of weakores. I don't know if they make content on how to make weakores. They might. Okay. World quest done. Good. Encapsulated Destiny. Good. Okay, let's send her back. We have 10 minutes before the next dig, which is enough time for me. One of these buttons is a Hearthstone. That is enough time for me to finish my Azerothian Archives World quest. Makes sense in the lore. Bryn was part of a glad team with Brol Bearmantle and Valyra Sanguinar back when he had Amnesia. I was thinking, isn't Brol Bearmantle the guy that, like, follows my druid around Legion whenever I start running around and I forget that I had, like, a combat companion with me? Like, of all... The first two I get, but Brol Bearmantle? What are you doing here? It's so random. The strangest WoW celebrity dinner party. Okie dokie, recover the items. Did they give me any goggles? No? Do I need to talk to Renata to get goggles? Is Renata around? Renata. Was Renata her name? Her name was Zanata, wasn't it? Okay, well that still doesn't help. Is she in this cave? Is she in a different cave? Let me wowhead this. You mean you're not a lore aficionado? Not so much, no. Techno scrying. Somebody was saying there was a trouble with this. The Mysteries of Dragon Skull Island. Enter the cave. Okay. In we go. And now we have goggles. There we go. Okay. I understand. So the trick is to not leave. Because I'm mortally afraid of bugging it out the way that it was previously. Any luck? Oh. And then up the hill. I want to stop by the Theldraz's place. I think I'll have time if I'm not super slow at this. I think I should have time. I'd like to stop by. No, wrong way. Correct way. The vendors for the Azerothian Archives and see if there's anything cool that they want to offer me for having gone up a rep level. Is it this? Yeah, it is that. Okay, very good, very good. One more. And then what else do we want to do today? I know I have mount runs to do this week. I've got a fresh week's worth of freehold mount runs we can do. We got 17 more chances. I'm trying doing my little daily piece of solo shuffle. Oh, that was nice and fast. Yeah, not just rep. No, just rep. No, no fragments for doing that. But we want to do it for the world, for the achievement anyway. They're gonna have to really. I mean, I guess I need to get tenured with them for the achievement. There's a chance that I eventually give up on getting the Azerothian Archives title because I don't know. It seems like tenured would take a long time. I don't know if it happens before, if you finish the rep before or after you've bought all the stuff from the vendor, if you just do like the weekly every week, but I don't know. 6,800 fragments. And I want to check the vendor too to see how many for Lumiere. How many for the candelabra? Almost at 3 at 5 with the rep, but I don't know what the point is. Yeah, I know you need to finish it for the meta achievement, and that's the only thing that I know of. But I'm hopeful that they're gonna bribe me. The wig is so adorable. Thank you. Why not? You know, what if I'm cosplaying as Hazel? Oh. The one good thing is that I've finally learned, more or less, where the vendor is. It took me a long time to find it. I used to get stuck up top all the time and be like, I swear it was around here somewhere. I lost it. So excuse me, I have gone up a rep level. Do you have anything for me? I was kind of hoping there would be like a little quest and it would be like, yeah, you did it. And they would give me like $1 million. Show me your wares. Because I don't even think it unlocks anything else on the vendor. They don't even give you any bonus fragments. Why? What is it for? So yeah, it's 10,000 fragments on the dot for the mace that I want. Not even a bonus dump of fragments for repping up? That's kind of a bummer. That feels like they didn't finish it. Like, that feels like they were gonna add more things to it and then they just forgot. I don't know. That seems a bit silly. But let's get her back to the Azure span so that we're ready for the next day, because it's starting in 4 more minutes. And I don't know if I can get, well, it's like 3,300 fragments. Maybe I'll join a group this time. See if we can get some more tomes. I want to make a mod with that mace for Scary. Most of Dragonflight felt that way for me. Candlestick's as big as your character. Yeah, I wonder if that's one side. I mean, it's not that they haven't added lots of content. They've added tons of content, but I wonder if that's one side effect of them pumping out this much content this quickly, is that maybe a lot of things won't feel like they have as much depth as we would expect them to. Like, they can add, you know, time into the different things to do fairly easily, but they might not have as much, I don't know, richness. But on the flip side of that, we tend to dislike it when they make things overly complicated for seemingly no reason, so maybe they're just streamlining. I'm a big hypocrite. Whenever they have too many different fussy bits, I complain about it being too fussy. And then when there's not enough fussy bits, I complain that it feels empty, so you can't make me happy. Gave up on doing all the achievements, roughly 37k points. Focus on pets mostly, missing maybe 20-ish of the ones that can be gotten currently. That's a really impressive pet collection. Congratulations. It's also a lot of achievement points. I also find collecting's a bit more fun when I have a more narrow scope and focus. Sometimes I get excited about trying to get like all of the transmog, but then I usually get exhausted pretty quickly and then I go back to narrowing it down. Oh man, I didn't get all the Farak Assault weapon appearances. Of course I didn't get all the Farak Assault weapon appearances. Or the Blue Dragon questline transmog. Might be out of luck. The little freebie, the freebie vigor they give you, like the 3 charges of bonus vigor, is like really really nice for stuff like this. Also knowing that you could just get off your Dragon Mount and get on a normal one if it came to it. If you did a stream raid group for Cobalt, we could do it in 1 session, I think. It looks like the main thing that I'm missing from Cobalt Assembly is there's a quest that would give me a somewhat stabilized Arcana toy. I don't know if I really need toys. There's rares. There's drops from rares. Oh, there's the Cobalt vendor drop. Oh, yeah. There is a whole Cobalt Assembly vendor set. I don't know. I might go back to that in like 5 years. The suffused shield seems extra rare. Use your guides for the celestial fights in MoP years ago. Oh. I'm all excited about the warbands changes at transmog collecting, so I can try and grind a ton of transmog out of instances. But I think the truth is that even if I ever do feel like I finished that, I'm going to get to the more modern expansions, and I'm going to realize that there's an awful lot of transmog that I am missing from things that are substantially more complicated than just run an old raid. But, you know, I think each little thing could be like its own fun project. You just can't get too overwhelmed looking at the big picture, I think. That's the trick. I'm gonna just disenchant. No, I'm just gonna vendor it. I don't even know if I'm gonna get 155 gold worth of mats if I disenchant that. It's my transmog from the vault. Oh yeah, I was gonna join a group, that's right. Pre-made, custom, find a group. Anybody for the big dig? Remote off? Oh, hey, somebody wants to trade a Time Rift Griffin for a wolf. It's gonna be funny if I end up on a quieter shard. Okay, there we go. Very excited to get the mount from Researchers Under Fire last night. Got the drop one from the big dig on my try. Nice. Might be the only guy. I like my current transmog so much. Haven't changed it in years. I tend to wear the same collection of outfits all the time. I sometimes will look through my stuff to try to make new looks for people, or like I'll get one new piece and I'll like it so much that I try to put together like the rest of a look to go with it. But I tend to wear the same stuff over and over again too. Something after a while, a transmog just starts to feel like you. That's nice. Am I plugged in? Chilly in here. Yeah, see this rift has an, or not rift, this dig has enough people doing it that I no longer need to do very much aside from just excavate. Shaman healer or monk healer? Monk or shaman? Ooh, I want to say monk. I think monk is, sorry. It's hard to see around all this hair. I think that monk is a bit more interesting and unique, and also people have been excited about it this patch. I'm gonna level my monk at some point. When? I don't know. Eventually. Let's find something new to excavate. Monk healer wins because you get to spin. Yeah, this is definitely more relaxing. Oh, a job. Would be awesome if Blizzard sold 3D prints of your characters. I could have sworn that used to be a thing, but I don't know if it was Blizzard doing it or if it was like a third-party company that they contracted, or if it was just a third-party company doing it unofficially. They did once upon a time. I thought I remembered something like that. This is what is happening here. What is this transmog? Why is it horrifying? What are you wearing? Inspect. No, not compare achievements. Oh, they have a lot of achievements. Inspect. Valorous Terror Blade Helmet. I've never seen that. Is that like current tier? Valorous Terrorblade stuff. Old War Rogue set. I hate it. It's awful. Like, it's really good, but it's spooky. That's gonna give me nightmares. Don't like that. I think that's an old one. That is eye-catching. There's a pinkish recolor of that set. Oh man. If you'd see it on a Worgen, it certainly is unique. Oh, speaking of add-ons and inspecting people, didn't I install? I saw something funny in the Wowhead economy write-up, and I saw they were talking about an add-on called, what was it called? Did I actually install it? I meant to. It was just for fun, really. Is it gone? Oh, it's Wealth Audit, yeah. And how does it work? I never actually tried it. Is there a button in the inspect, maybe? No. What you're supposed to be able to do with Wealth Audit, and mind you, I haven't poked around with it, so I guess I don't know how to make it work. But using the Blizzard function to inspect achievements and statistics and compare them, it can tell you how much gold a person has ever had, like what the most gold that character has ever had, and how much gold that character has ever acquired. It doesn't tell you how much gold they have presently, and it doesn't tell you anything about their account. So if it's like, you know, you might get different numbers depending on if it's a bank alt or if it's somebody that just does all their auctions in their main or whatever. But like, I thought it just sounded like fun to just walk around and just snoop and see how much gold like random people had ever had in the lifetime of their accounts. But I don't know how to do it. I guess I could look it up. I have the add-on installed. Displays, use /WAU to open the window. Wealth Audit. Can I just target people? Oh, you can. So, my apologies if your guys are around here and I'm roasting you. So the most gold this person's ever had is 928k, and they've earned 2,800 from auctions on that particular character. So maybe they do auctions on a different alt. 491 golden from auctions, nothing. 2869. Is that 2869 a bug? No. That person's had 1.3 mil, and they've earned 100k from auctions. Scary Mog person has owned 4 mil. 600k on that character, but they've earned 4.5 mil from auctions. So they make a lot of gold, but they spend it down. That's funny. It's like running a credit check and random people on the street. What does it say for me? Can you target yourself with it? I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, I could look at my own statistics, I'm sure. Is there, yeah, character wealth. So for Inksy, her total gold acquired is 2.1 mil. And 1 mil of that was earned from auctions on Inksy. But Inksy's she's been my main on and off. Not through some expansions, but not others. But she's never really been my bank haul, so it's impressive to me that I had that much gold earned from auctions in her. I wonder if I just sold BOEs or something. Some cyberpunk level stuff. Does the extra action button ever work for you where you gather info in the intro quests? Never works for me out there. I thought it did. I don't think I had any problems with it. Set up equipment. Oh, hang on. I have a job. At an important remote location. Mohane71 giving out 5 additional gift subs. Thank you very, very much. My apologies for ruining your name. It only works if you have the quest, but you get the button even when not on the quest. Oh, that's confusing. I see. We've had 4 tomes so far. That's nice. The one nice thing about Azerothian Archives that I can really appreciate is that even though it's a very slow grind to get all of the transmog from the vendor, and it seems like the rep is a slow grind as well that seems somewhat poorly incentivized, just from doing the event, you can at least pretty early on get like a transmog set. It won't include the hat or like any glasses or something, like it's not going to have everything, but you can get like a backpack and a pair of pants and a belt and a shirt and stuff that's like pretty cool looking. And those seem to drop fairly readily from just doing the event. So it's nice that even though I haven't like earned very many pieces of mog off the vendor, I still get to look really cool while I'm working on it. I appreciate that. Yeah, it is almost Shadow Flame time. Dread Flame? Forget his name. Trenshot, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. See, now I'm curious to look at what my numbers are on other... Well, my old bank alt I don't even have anymore is the problem. Like, characters that I used to use as bank alts got deleted in the purge. The wealth stat page is just outright wrong for my main. I wonder why, because that's built in Blizzard. Like, it's... The add-on's not inventing the info, it's pulling it from the stats page. I wonder if, things can, like, disrupt it. Like maybe a, not saying you did this, but like a character's like race change or faction change or something. If any of that like resets it weirdly. Cool, okay. So we got open all the fragments. Use the different thingies. Sitting at 7,400 now. So we got what, like 1,000 from doing that dig? Maybe a little under 1,000, so yeah. I think if I attend enough digs, I can probably get that two-handed mace this week. In the meantime, I did all of the world quests, so that was good. We did our weekly time rift in the Eon's Fringe daily, so that was good. What is it that I was gonna do after this? I checked out the vendor and found out that there was nothing for my reputation, which was a little disappointing, but that's fine. We've looked at it. Yeah, you get 5k once a week on each account for doing the big dig. I did that. Oh, who does your tattoos? My left arm was by Harry Lau in Portland, and my right arm was by Derek Dufresne in Victoria, like a long, like 12, 13 years ago, something like that. I wonder if Auctioneer can obscure the true information. I feel like it shouldn't be able to. Weird. What am I gonna do now? Kind of curious now that we're just talking about gold. I'm kind of curious to log on to my Evoker and just do a little auctioneer scan and see if anything's profitable to make. I haven't been making gold recently, but I'm kind of curious if it's like, if there's anything that would be worth crafting. Owen, thank you for the 17-month resub. Hey Hazel, hey everyone. Did you get the expensive beetle? I did get the expensive beetle. I like it very much. It's pretty good. Yay, Cracker. Thanks for the 39-month resub. Thanks for the Grim Campfire toy. You betcha. No trouble. End date for the new gold sync items. They said August. The vendor says August. Whether that means like the last day of July or the last day of August, I don't know. But this summer, you got some time. I didn't buy anything else, I don't think. And there are a few more pieces that I would like. But let's see. I'm sitting on 590k currently. If I look at my own stats, because this is the character that was making gold in Dragonflight at least. Her wealth stats, she's acquired my Evoker, who was made before, with the Dragonflight pre-patch, she has acquired 8.7 mil. And 6.8 mil of that was earned from auctions, because she was doing her own auctions with my alchemy gold making. Yeah. What did I spend all my gold on? I spent my gold on stuff. I spent my gold on tokens. I think I spent most of my gold on tokens, and then I got shop stuff with it. That's mainly where it's gone. I'm thinking, wait, if I made 8.7 million gold, then where is it? You spent it all. Not mil? No? Here, let me see. Statistics. 876,000. Oh, you're right. You're totally right. It's only 876,000. 683. Man, my brain was adding an extra decimal point in. All right, well, that makes more sense. That's weird, actually. That is weird. Because we had like 6 mil. And I made it on this character, more or less. Yeah, I bought the War Within with it. I stocked up with some extra tokens and got some shop mounts and stuff. It does say 800k, yeah. Octopixie, thank you for the 37-month reset. Wonder if you know a good site or place players can go to get the newest recruiter friend stuff. I don't. That's a good question, though. There must be a community somewhere. Auctions. Okay, so now that I've done a scan, I wanted to see craft sim craft buffs. Oh, interesting. That must be new. I wanted to see, so 12 there, 4 there. That's not nothing. 7 for these. What are tepid versus at? 8? Yeah, it's not nothing. Glacial Furies are a sink. Dracothist is pretty good. Haven't done any of that. Should probably keep up with that. What else would I make? Oh, yeah. Power. Yeah, I could make some organic powers. That's pretty good because that lets me make, like, you know, I make a bunch of this, I make a bunch of that. I probably won't do that on stream because that's like, I mean, is it any more boring to watch than whatchamacallit? Let's write down, we'll make a batch of organic powers. I wonder how many I can afford. That's probably about the same amount of boring as watching me solo shuffle. Because I don't have the same kind of gold that I used to. I only have 590k, so I'm not going to make as big of a batch of this. Let's say, can I afford to do a 500 batch of the convergence? How much does it cost to do this? That's like 120k by itself. Let's cut that in half to 250. And then, because this won't take as long, because I'm broke, so we can't even make as big of a batch. And then we'll do this. I have more gold on other characters that I could send around, I just don't want to. We'll do fire, frost, earth. And then that's going to make 500-ish. So 1,500 of the herbs, I think, is roughly where that math lands out. So rye the bark, bubble poppy, this is all pretty cheap. And then like some saxifrage. And then that... 7,500 of these. Sure, an extra 50, why not? And then I don't know how many vials it's gonna be. I might have some somewhere. Well, I'll look into that when I get to the next step of it. I wonder how long this craft is gonna be. I have some aerated quick hands on me. Because that only spent down like 100k gold. Maybe 200k gold. That's not so bad. Buy tokens, craft a billion. Oh man, you ready for that kind of content? All right, so I'm gonna throw on a quick hands. I'm gonna throw down a sagacious just because I have them on me anyway. And then, yeah, see what this is like. Happy. Wonder when the stat page started. I feel like they've had that for a long time. Maybe it is a bit wonky because it's funny. I like didn't believe until I looked at mine and I thought there's no way that my evoker has only made 800k gold. Or like 600k from auctions. Because it just doesn't check out. Not all time earned, but most gold owned at the same time. Let me see. Total gold acquired. And then gold earned from auctions. I feel like the gold earned from auctions number should be way higher. Unless it means that most gold looted from auctions in one go. That's my most expensive auction at 330k. There's most gold ever owned. So her most gold ever owned at one time is a mil. That's a 6.1 mil. Craft Sim is an add-on. Craft Sim is an add-on. The Craft All button should be part of default UI, though. Finish one world quest, the other one's giving gold now instead of fragments. Yeah, it did that to me, too. I'm starting to think that maybe it will only give you fragments from one world quest a week, and then the rest give you gold. Which is making me think that next time I'm going to find the one that gives the most fragments and do that one first. Total gold acquired is off. Yeah, maybe total gold acquired is just looted gold. Maybe that just means gold that you've literally like right-click looted from mobs and raids and stuff like that. Maybe that doesn't include gold from auctions. Maybe we're just like misunderstanding the definitions. Every time I try using the auctions, just end up unsubscribing from boredom. Yeah, it's definitely not everybody's cup of tea. I like, I usually like economy stuff as long as it's not too complicated or difficult. And I find the Dragonflight version of it to be really satisfying as long as I'm not messing with crafting orders. I don't want to do any customer service, so I don't do anything that involves like armor crafting or work orders or needing to be on to make stuff for people. But anything that I can just make profitably and then chuck on the auction house, I'm happy about. I am excited about the War Within, yeah. There is specifically a gold looted? There is a gold looted. You're right, so that is 101k. So what did they mean by gold acquired then? Total gold acquired. And why would that number be lower than the most gold ever owned? I think that's the one. Is it from quests? I don't know, that's weird. I feel like it should say that, but I guess I just don't understand whatever it's trying to say. There is a new gold sink vendor. It's in Valdrakken by the Bema. Will everyone's professions reset to 0? Your dragon, nothing's gonna reset, but they're gonna add like a new version of professions, or they're gonna add like a new, you know, we'll be doing War Within professions, and everybody's gonna start at 0 for those. There's a different one for gold from quests. Acquired might be from selling to vendors? Yeah, I don't know. Acquired, I think, is the one that's throwing me off. Struggling to find what Craft Sim says is profitable to make. The average profit window is the one that I base this off of, and I make sure to give it a fresh auctioneer scan before I check those. And then sometimes I will tab off of a thing and then back to it to kind of update the average profit. Do you think we'll see another squish? Not if they haven't announced it yet, no. I think that we would know about it by now if they were planning to squish again. But I could be wrong. Is now an okay and good time to come back to WoW? Yeah, I think so. Come out, thank you for the 14-month resub. Where's the kitty? She's on the blue chair behind me. Here. That little gray right there. That's Cat. They said they'll do a squish in midnight. Craft Sim is showing me the profit for crafting. I made a video that talks about, I made a video that's like the deep dive on all of my Dragonflight gold making alchemy setup. Might hop back into WoW completely fresh. My old tunes are deleted. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy things for what they are. Pick where to go, what faction to be. Any ideas? It's not as important as it used to be. As there's so many things that are cross-faction now that you can play with and raid with and do keys with and PvP with other players. The main area in which faction is going to limit you is in doing outdoor content with other players. I would just pick a race that you really like. I would just pick a race that you really like. I'm so tired of winter that I'm ordering seeds. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Also, pardon the Discord sounds. I should probably turn on streamer mode. Or if I switch my... there's another thing I could do. Should I look into that? I'm gonna make a note. Well, do I have time? Do I have time is never the right answer. Do I want to is a better question. There's always time. Is there something else that I feel like I should be doing that I'm too busy avoiding to get to do other things? Can't queue for dungeons or LFR cross-faction. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, queued content and outdoor content. That's a good point. No, that was definitely my Discord. It didn't used to be much of a thing, but now I'm playing some other games with my friends and we're coordinating. How are you liking Pal World? It's really fun. I enjoy it a lot. Craft Sim should show the craft time. Are you gonna do SOD phase 2? Doubt it. No, I kind of burned out in SOD. I really thought I was gonna get that Warlock leveled up and I was gonna tank for BFD, and then I just kind of ran clean out of steam. And then Pal World came out, and I don't got, and Shrouded's out now. I have no extra gaming time and or desire left over. What is your favorite mount? What is my favorite mount? I don't know if I have a consistent answer. Sometimes I say the Gaslight Charger. That's like a really nice one. It's like a nice combination of rare and unique and satisfying to fly. You don't see it around very much. It's an old TCG mount that little spectral version of like an undead bone horse that flies. I like it a lot. As long as they don't give that one away for Twitch Prime, it'll still be unique. Although I wouldn't be upset if they do. It's a cool mount. It's my favorite mount. I use it on my main all the time. There's probably another mount, though, that I'm not thinking of that's, like, quite nice. I like to theme my mounts to my characters. I like to look at my characters like transmog and race and class and pick mounts that I feel like go with it. Ready for my free Spectral Tiger any day now. What about Alien Isolation? It's pretty similar to Pal World if I twist the facts hard enough. I am definitely blessed with a lot of options for games to play. I have no shortage of games. Love my Bumblebee mount. The Pandarian Expedition Yak is in the 120k gold range, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Got the 20k gold one, took a toll of my gold. Keep a file of my theme mounts for my various tunes based on their mod. I feel like I should appreciate some of the mounts that I've gotten more recently, but you don't have enough time to see them. So I could stare at this for like a long time. It's crafting pretty fast, but even when you're only making 1,500 of them, it's still, you know, it's 1,500. Am I the only one that wishes you could have character-specific favorite mounts? That would be kind of interesting. I basically do that by just picking mounts on a per-character basis and then dragging a selection of them to the bar on the right. Each of my characters will have different mounts generally, and occasionally pets on their right bar here, and then I'll just kind of switch them out that way. Yeah, WoW does have a random mount. It's the random favorite mount feature, and if you don't have any mounts favorited, it will just work as a random mount button, and it will choose contextually appropriate mounts. So if you are in a dragon riding zone, it will pick a dragon riding mount. If you're underwater, it'll pick an underwater mount. I tend to keep almost all of my mounts favorited, except for like the really boring recolors, and then I can use that random favorite mount button as a random mount button. It's great. Light mount let you set mounts to zones. And I was really excited about that until it started working really poorly in some cities. I used to use light mount to assign like themed mounts. It was great. Like I had all my Bastion mounts that would automatically come out when I was in Bastion. But it didn't work very well in like Ouroboros or Dalaran or Stormwind for that matter. And I was upset because I spent all this time like building out these custom lists, and then they didn't really work very consistently. So I kind of gave up. We saw the first legendary axe in our heroic kill last week, about 50% ret pally, so it seems, but at least it has started. Oh, very nice, very nice. What's my proudest grind in WoW? Maybe the Insane. I think that's the one that's, even though it's not as hard as it used to be, to this day, that's probably my most prestigious, just like, face to the wall grind. Just got the legendary. Congratulations! That's incredible. That's got to be really exciting. Some of my favorite mounts have names that make them hard to find again without blasting through the mounts list. Hello. Hello! Thanks, I'm happy. Got the legendary today, too. A good day. So what else am I going to do for the rest of the day? I got another hour. I guess the time... I could do another time rift, actually. The time rift is going to start in another 2 minutes. I could take this character back out. She's got another encapsulated destiny. We can see if we can get lucky with a piece of transmog, or maybe the mount. It would be nice if it gave me the mount. Freehold? Maybe. Maybe freehold. I feel like I do freehold on like Fridays and weekends. But maybe that's just because I've been busy with weekly stuff on Wednesdays, Thursdays. My luck still sucks in 4 different tunes. Yet to see the axe drop for me and my pally. I am personally not a big fan of this current model of legendaries, but I don't think I get an opinion because I don't know if I'm a big fan of any of the models of legendaries. If it was up to me, I feel like I either want it to be a low drop, but when it does drop, you just get the legendary and you don't have to craft it or do a quest line or anything. You just get it and then you can just put it on and start using it. Or it's a very easy guaranteed drop, or like a very high drop chance, and then you have like the whole quest line of the crafting. Having both feels too much for me. I would rather it just like either be incredibly rare and drop and you just use it, or it's kind of a gimme, but then you have to like undertake the whole quest line to do it. If you really want everybody to have the chance to have it. But I don't know. I guess I'm just not that excited by legendaries in general, so I don't really get an opinion on it because they could take the whole thing out. They could just never have legendaries and it wouldn't make any difference to me. It should be usable all expansions, just recraft it. But if that was the case, then what if you started playing WoW now and it was like, okay, you need to get your legendary, go back and do some 3 expansions old content to get it, and then upgrade it so that you can use it now. I feel like I think they should be usable through each patch in an expansion. I don't think they should be outdated within their own expansions, even if you have to upgrade it with a token every time. But I don't think they should persist between expansions. I do not believe they've announced next month's trading post. I liked Legion legendaries, minus the drop chance, but having many different was fun. I thought the Legion legendaries and the Shadowlands legendaries model was okay, but it kind of just felt like extra talent points, or just like an extra thing to your tier set. Like when you are able to wear more than one of them and it's expected that you're going to get more than one of them, and like it's cool to have things that modify your rotation like that, but I think that hero talents can do that just fine. I feel like assigning that to a legendary is kind of like a wonky thing. I've never been playing a character that can use a legendary when they were available. When are priests getting one? It's annoying that my Evoker legendary will be outdated by greens I can buy in Season 4. Don't know where the happy medium is. I'm really holding out hope that for Season 4 that they will let you guys update your Nizaros and your Firalaths to be relevant and to be really strong for the last season. I really hope they do that. It would be a huge miss if they don't. They did it in Shadowlands. They let you get a token to upgrade your racial array. Or, you know, Sylvanas bow. Oh, time rift. We gotta go. Yeah, it'd be nice if you could get at least one more season out of them. What's this mount? This is the Auspicious Arborworm. It's on the shop, or it's part of the 6 or 12 month sub. I have a rolling 12-month sub, so whenever they bring something like this out, I just get it. Yeah, I think they'll have dinars again or something like it. I'm so close to being finished with this rep. Gather advanced Titan gizmos. Oh. In-game rare mounts that you don't have. Oh, certainly, yeah. I only have like 89% of mounts, so I'm missing quite a few. I need a bunch of dungeon mounts. I need Freehold and King's Rest dungeon mounts. I need the Necrotic Wake and the Tazavesh dungeon mounts. I do not have... bunch of stuff. I feel like there's more modern stuff that I haven't really thought of. Build a purification forge. Oh yeah, that's right. You're just supposed to do it. Do you have the Swift Brown Horse? Probably not, if you're asking. Swift Brown Horse. I have a Swift Brown Ram. I have a swift brown steed. I don't have the any of like the old original mounts though. Got corrupted today after a millennia. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm missing some of the Dragonflight rares as well. I don't have the Divine Kiss of Onara. I don't have Karakta. I don't have Breezebiter. There might be more. I am like stuck on the ground, and as funny as this is, I feel like I am about to assault the Emperor at the end of Mulan. Is basically what's happening here. I can see you at the time rift. Yeah, I broke it. Got Breezebiter yesterday. First time drop. Nice. I'm gonna reload. I don't know if that'll help or not, but it's worth a try. It's extra funny on a direct there. Mount up and down worked for me. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I really should just try to do enough time rifts to be using all of my encapsulated destinies. I don't need to spam them after that, but like do the daily, I guess 1 time rift a day plus however many extra destinies you get to drop. Because I really would like to finish the rest of this transmog, and there's quite a few things that I need. But a lot of it's like cool too. A lot of them are really nice. And it's nice that Selexia has some purpose left in her drag through life. I wonder if it's worth... I mean, I guess I don't have anything else that I'm really doing, so it's not a big deal, but I wonder if it's worth just hanging out by the boss thing and waiting for it to, like, spawn. I wonder if other people are doing that. Because, like, if you're not going to get the box anyway... There is a time rift group. There's a time rift group. Uh-oh. Oh, did I break it? Okay, we click that off. We report to Sword Army again. Okay. We're good, we're good. Do you ever do Dragonflight pet battle videos like you used to? Got me through the Celestial Tournament. I don't anymore. I figured that once things like Zufu's pet guides became available and like popular and like well populated with strategies, it's just a much better way to get pet battle strategies is to just be able to select a strat from the website that has pets that you have, as opposed to just hoping that you have the ones that I used and then just grabbing like a rematch strat and like a pet battle script. It's just a better resource. It is more efficient. Good morning, Hazel. Good morning. But I don't make as many YouTube videos as I used to by a long stretch. I mostly just do Saturday news and then raid guides. I would like to make more, but I have issues. Finished the Sword Army rep grind and thus rifts yesterday. Nice. I'm pretty jealous. That sounds pretty exciting. Any new Dragonflight battle pets that you really like? I can't say that I've been using any of them in strategies, but I haven't really been making strategies. I've just been kind of using whatever's been recommended. There must... Oh, Tobias is really cute. The new dog pets are really, really nice. The Tobias is the blonde puppy with the hat from the Secrets of Azeroth, and that is like such a cute pet. I really like him. Look at him. Look at him. Here, look, we summon. And then I feel like there's probably more, but they're just escaping me right now. They kind of blend together after a while. look at him, he's got a hat. Oh, speaking of mounts that I don't have, that's another thing that I never did finish was Secrets of Azeroth. I need Patty, and then there's even another mount. There's the Mimiron's Jump Jets mount. I don't have that either. I've got a lot of stuff to catch up on. Yeah, you can still get Tobias. None of the Secrets of Azeroth have any kind of an end time. There's no deadline for it. So you can pick it up and do it whenever you like. Tobias was quite easy. It does not take very long. You don't need to do any of the other stuff. You can just kind of fly around and loot the satchels. I call him Detective Puppy. Fractured causality. Okay. Been really liking Killbot 9000. Glad you're still doing raid guides. Make my own cheat sheets from them. Spam the instructions before raid encounters. You've saved dozens of wipes for me. Nice. I'm really glad they work for you. It'll be incredibly late, but I do still have one more to finish. Got the other two. Forgot about Tobias. Yeah, he's super fast. I like Freya's hair. She's got like big old ponytails and nice bangs. I wonder if it's heavy because it's made of stone. I guess her neck's made of stone too. I really wish that the Encapsulated Destiny wouldn't give you the regular gear catch-up tokens, you know? That just give you, like, old loot. Because I don't really need it. And I have all those appearances already. Reminds me of Toast from ATLA. I'm not familiar with that. Oh, Avatar. Oh. I see, I see. Hi. Hi, Boogie. How you doing? We get anything? I see other people getting all kinds of stuff. I received flakes, flight stones, reputation. Why didn't I get an item? I had a dilated thing up. Did I get an item? Oh, maybe I just got a dilated time pod. I got one of the tokens that you trade for a weapon. Oh, bummer. Quest item by where the boss first spawns. I think I've got all those now. I got my boffins today, so I think I finished all of those items finally. Took me long enough. I was painting my nails yesterday, and I decided I wanted to do something different, so I started making polka dots. But then I was doing pink polka dots, and then my thumb just started to look like it had a rash. And I thought, well, I don't want to carry on polka dotting the rest of these nails. So then I started trying to like freehand some abstract things on with just a regular like brush, and it turns out I can't freehand anything. So they look a little scuffed. But you know, nobody else has nails like them. For this week, I'm the only person on the planet that has nails exactly like this. It's worth something, right? Okay, box of reality. Oh yeah, look, another one. Because yeah, these time pods, those are kind of the bummer loot. Because it really only gives me things that I don't... I mean, I guess if I upgraded them, they might be item level upgrades for me, but like... no good. Any more Mog that I don't have that I could get? Because they're bind on pickup as well. Like, I can't even send that to a different character to learn a piece. I could get that. I could get an item ID. Oh no, here, there we go. There's a few more things. Buy an Agi staff. That's actually a really cool staff. Alright, time rift forgiven. I like that appearance. It's nice. So, digging in 15 minutes. What was I gonna do? I got a dilated time pod. Sounds like an android's medical issue. You don't know how my nails look like. This is true. I don't. Sounds like Charlie Brown saying, "Go to rock." You know what we should do? We should do at least one solo shuffle. just to do it. My Gladius is still messed up. I've been running out on updates every day, and my Gladius is still... It, like, kind of sort of works once you really get going, but it's borked. It is not what you want it to be. Excuse? Oh, I'm in the wrong spec. I'm thinking I have more than 0 rating. Not in balance, I don't. Switch to Gladius EX. Seems to be working better, updated more often. I might have to do that. Oy. Silithus waiting for a sandstorm. Do they make noise when they happen? I don't know. That's a good question. I think you can, yeah, I think you can pay for character name changes. I did it a few times on when this character has been through a few of them. I think she's she's changed names and then she's changed back to her previous names. I wonder what my stats page looks like for this character. How much gold has she ever had? Wealth. She's acquired a mill. She's looted 130k from quest rewards, 400 from auctions, and she's owned no more than 88k. All right, let's try our best. My desk is kind of messy. It's no good. How am I supposed to PvP effectively with a messy desk? We've got pens, we've got moisturizer, we've got a wig hairbrush. Put that over there. There's a coffee mug I'm done with. There's my earpods. There's a napkin. I must have eaten something at my desk recently. Oh yeah, I picked up the quest too. This place has everything.
Stormkeeper.
Oh, there we go. That's better. That's okay. That's the yellow grounding totem. Question then becomes, who are they on? They're on here. Who are my team on? Ugh, should have trinketed, should have trinketed. It's okay, we still have it for next time. Oh. You shouldn't be able to land a hex on me in tree form. They got my warrior. My Death Knight is really taking it here.
Ascendance.
See if I can juke a wind shear.
Metamorphosis.
See if I can kind of body block them here. There's a grounding totem. This is really hard for me to keep up with throughput-wise, even without getting CC'd. That probably might be toast.
Hex.
Yep. We tried! That was a decent try. But yeah, this is a bit wonky. DK seems squishy. I wonder if other people in my bracket are also like only partially geared like I am. I need another 8 item levels. 8 PvP item levels from like Conquer. Why is it called solo if you play with others? It's because you're queuing up solo. You're not going in with a pre-formed group. It's putting you into a random group. And then it's shuffling the teams so that you get to play with different combinations of DBS. Stormkeeper.
Avatar. The Hunt. Metamorphosis. Shattering Thrall.
I'm gonna play pretty conservative and I'm not gonna push in. But if they're in there anyway, I'm gonna try and see if I can sneak a cycle in there.
Metamorphosis. Avatar.
Ha ha ha. It might not be enough, but it's something.
The Hunt.
I'm putting all my earthly HPS into this guy.
X. Metamorphosis.
That was so greedy.
Avatar.
Hoping the Pally still has bubble if he needs it. Nope. It's so much. It's just so much damage. If you had to spend the rest of your life in one WoW zone, which one would it be? Tier regard sound. What does YOLO mean for rated BG premades? It means you only live once. All gas, no brakes, minimal strategies. In theory, low expectations. That may or may not work out for people.
Stormkeeper. Avatar.
Hey, they killed somebody.
Bam!
Wait a minute. I thought this was a Palworld stream? Is ignoring the healer a strat? Why are they ignoring you? Going healers is definitely a strat, but it's more of like a low rated strat. At higher ratings, it is expected that healers should be able to live through that and that DPS will be able to peel for them. It definitely still happens, especially because, you know, this is like 1700. This isn't like super high or anything like that. But you don't get as much healer training as you would at the very bottom of the ladder.
Bam!
X.
Bam!
Stormkeeper.
Bam!
S.
Oh, they're gonna be DR'd anyway.
X.
Oh, rats. I should have shifted that. This is gonna be really sketch. I wonder what the DH has left. There we go. Oh, good grinding.
Ascendance.
Haha. We've got you now! I love it when 1,200 players attack tanky healers at 0% dampening. Came to say thanks for recommending Palworld. It's amazing fun. You betcha. No trouble. No problem. I'm like 1,700. This is just solo shuffle. I'm working on my vicious mount. I'm hoping that in the next 2 rounds here we can win at least one of them, because then I get my little daily chunk of progress plus a nice big thing of honor. Okay. Feeling good. Feeling good. Yeah, I forget Trank. The other one that I never do is I'm literally spec'd into Heart of the Wild and I never use it. It's the worst. Like, I'm the worst for not using it. I should be using it, I'm not. Okay. That's Avatar. We're just gonna kind of trust early. They have yet to use their wind shear. I have juked it for all of the good that does me. Trying to cast on top of a bunch of melee. It's a dumb idea that we are kind of committing to anyways. And now they have their wind shear back because it's a really short cooldown. We juked the DK one. The good news is that sometimes you don't even need to kick them. You just kind of chase them around menacingly and they put themselves out of line of sight because they're scared of getting CC'd, but then they're also not healing while they're running away. It's sometimes kind of nice.
Bam!
Oh, scary. Scary.
Bam!
Oh, I didn't even think I was gonna get that. I didn't even know where he was.
Bam! Bam!
Thanks.
Oh, darn it. I was a little slow.
Ascendance. Avatar.
That was so close. What is this arena you get mixed with people to play with? It's called Solo Shuffle. It's got its own little section in rating. 6 players play 6 rounds of 3v3. Teams are shuffled at the end of each round. Solo player queues only. Thanks for hosting. Having drops on? You betcha. One thing that makes healing these less stressful is that I am a big coward, so I don't have my chat window on. So if any of these people say anything, I will never know about it. I decide who to CC based on who I see them going and not who they say they're going to go, because half the time people change their minds anyway. So you just try and do your best based off of what they're doing. And it's good practice at playing based on what you see anyways. They're already kind of CC'd actually, or DR'd rather. Looks like they are kind of on the paladin. Kind of greedily holding on to my bark here. I don't know if I saw the Demon Hunter do their big thing.
Metamorphosis.
Yay! There we go. 3-0. That's exactly what I wanted. That gives me +3 rating, 248 conquest, 1200 honor. They still give you tons of honor for doing solo shuffle. And my bribe boxes. Do you ever push high for solo shuffle, just farming PvP mounts? Mainly just farming the mounts. It's nice if I can squeak my way to 1800 in a season, and I usually do just to get the elite set, but I don't really try pushing past 1800. If it happens, then that's fine, but generally the higher the games get, the more stressful they are, and it's not offering me a whole lot for that. Okay, we got honor, we got conquest. Do I have enough to buy? I want a weapon. I'm sick of running around with a blue weapon. Yeah, I can afford a weapon. I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna wait for the vault to have mercy on me. What if they say something nice? I'll never know. Great tragedy. Yeah, Gladius is confused. So oh, it's dig time, I gotta dig. There's digging to be done. Morning Hazel, got my 2500 Mythic Plus rating. Congratulations. How exciting. Are you feeling like you're done for the season, or are you gonna keep going? Very exciting. What's funny is I told myself I was only going to dig once a week. And now I'm on my 3rd dig of the day. And I'm thinking like, well, it's just because I really want that candelabra. But I have a feeling that after the candelabra, it's going to be something else. I guess as long as it's fun, it's good. 2817 Mythic Plus. Congratulations. Probably done. That's fair. I haven't kept pushing keys on this priest. I think I've had my fill for the season. Are you ready for the meta achievement? Do we know that there's gonna be one? I'm starting to lose faith. If there is one, it really depends on what they're asking for it. I would be... Like, for the Shadowlands one, I already had much of it done because I had done it for... I had done most of that meta already for different, like, mounts and pets and stuff. But I think that this time around, I definitely have not been keeping up with metas, like the Researchers Under Fire. If they added anything for, like, Primal Storms or Harak Assaults or whatever, like, I definitely wouldn't have very much of that done. There better be one. Love the digging. This Enrolled quest really breathes life back into the profession. Hope it looks like this going forward. What profession? Just like the concept of archaeology? Because it doesn't actually deal with your archaeology profession directly. But I think I'm just having a moment where something's going over my head. Hazel, Enshrouded came out today. Are you going to play? I think Flabby and I are going to play. I don't know how many... I don't know what the groups look like, though. But it might impact my Pal World time for a while, for sure. Up to 16? Okay. We'll have to see. I'm not running the server. Too many games, too little time. Stands near either. Did I tell you? Oh, no, we didn't talk to you yesterday, Jens. I made the cake. It happened. It's real. It's a real cake. It's in my fridge. I put some videos of it on my Instagram story, but I haven't actually, like, sliced the actual cake yet. I've just been snacking on the scraps that I trimmed off of it. What's Enshrouded? I know nothing but WoW. I don't know very much about Enshrouded, except that I understand it's kind of like a survival base building game. Kind of Valheim-esque, but with different graphics. I'm gonna find out in a hurry. The cake is not a lie. Can I get some? It's no. Sorry. I am not FDA approved to internationally or locally ship any kind of food products. But But it's a espresso cake. It's like a coffee flavored cake with coffee flavored icing because that sounded really good. And I had all the ingredients already. I was like looking through the cakes, being like, well, I don't have any of that, and I don't have these things, and I don't have any of these things. But you know what I have? I have coffee and I have espresso powder. So this cake's happening. I love Valheim. Very curious about Enshrouded. Yeah, same. I'm also a big fan of Valheim. Tiramisu. I love tiramisu. The cake is not tiramisu, but it's sort of tiramisu-esque. If you had like a mascarpone frosting, it might remind you more of tiramisu. And also maybe like a rum layer. Tiramisu is like my favorite dessert ever. I have not seen Palea. I sat that one out. But I'm having fun playing more different games on top of WoW. Not so much for content. I did do one Pal World stream. But just for fun. Just for fun with my friends in my own life. It's nice to just play games. Branch out a little bit, you know? Besides, every day that goes by is another day closer to the war within. Did I miss a... I might have missed a task. I heard the sound, but then it just says to stand by Edward. Just don't know where people keep bringing out alcohol when it comes to what tiramisu is made out of. I thought tiramisu traditionally had some rum in it. Maybe that's not traditional. Maybe that's just the way that I made it. I might have just made it with rum. Oh. Fun for sure. 2,500 is good for me. And War Within drops is going to be so hype. Lots of things to look forward to. Yeah. Your task is to stand near Edward for instructions. Bit slow for a stream. I mean, sometimes slow is good. Sometimes slow is nice because it just gives me time to talk to you guys. Whenever I'm doing something too involved, it's harder to chat. That is the trouble with solo shuffle. Although I am still doing a little bit. Yeah, we have drops turned on. I just didn't, I don't know how to tag the stream, but I do have drops on. All right, runes time. Runes time. We just did this one. We've been training. Partner just said, yes, the lady fingers are soaked in rum. There are drops for WoW. What are they? The Grim Campfire this week. If you type !drops, it'll spit out the link to the WoW article that shows the toy and gives more of FAQ about exactly how to get it from watching Twitch streams. Oh, I need to tag that thing, actually. I need these for some kind of an achievement. There we go. Drops are on. I'm at 92%. The meta achievement should reward a Viranoth Proto-Drake skin. We are, like, notably missing that one. That is a good point. I've decided I'm in my black jogger pants era. I've been wearing, like, the same 3 pairs of sweatpants for about a year and a half, and it kind of shows they were, like, pretty stained and also, like, ripped. And also just kind of like wearing thin, so I decided that I was gonna, you know, treat myself and replace them. And I was like, I'm gonna get black ones this time so that I don't feel quite so much like a assorted pile of cotton candy walking around. And then I was like, well, which ones are the best ones? And then I went down this big rabbit hole, and then I decided that nobody knows which ones are the best ones because you don't know who to trust when you're reading online reviews. So I'm gonna buy 3 pairs of pants in the same style, roughly, from 3 different, like, brands. And then I'm gonna figure out which ones I like best. So I'm wearing some Amazon Basics ones. And then I'm also getting a pair from Eddie Bauer and then a pair from Roots. And I'm gonna find out. I thought about Lululemon, but then I don't know. I got overwhelmed. I decided I didn't need them. Talk to Zanata to get runes. Okay. What meta achievement are we talking about? People are hoping that Blizzard adds a expansion wide meta achievement for Dragonflight, like we had for Shadowlands. Shadowlands had one that gave you the Veil Strider title. It's not been confirmed that it's going to be a thing. We don't know that for sure. But if they do add it, people have been speculating over what might be required for it, what it might offer. I think they probably will add one at some point, just because it seems like a really easy win for them to do. And people are looking forward to it. It doesn't really require them to add any extra content besides maybe like tagging a mount to it. But it is a little suspicious that we haven't heard anything yet. Baron reached in last ages. I'm hoping so. But I also wear my clothes really hard. My dog's jumping on me. My cat's climbing on my lap. I wear these things like literally every single day. So I'm interested to see how things actually stand up. I used to buy Aritzia sweatpants, and I like them, but they're definitely not as... They're not super... They're cozy, but they're not super, super durable. I usually, like, I can wear a pair out pretty well in about a year. And I don't know if I'm supposed to... If they're really supposed to last longer than that. I don't know how long you can expect a pair of pants to last when you're wearing them, like, every single day. Obviously, it's nice to have a couple to rotate, but I don't really want to have, like, 10 pairs of pants. I feel like 3 should be fine, right? Speaking of doggo, where dog cam? I don't have a pet cam separate anymore. Moosey's been good, though. He's getting big. By whatever the local university is selling, they're usually bomb-proof. Oh. I think I have too much of a complex. The local university here, I applied to, and I got rejected from their music program when I was first seeking post-secondary education. And they later changed their mind, and a spot became available, but it was too late. And I'm apparently still bitter. It'll just remind me of the life that could have been. Not that I have any idea where that life would have gone. I don't know what the heck I would have done in my life with a music degree. I very well could have ended up just here, but with like an extra $100,000 as student debt. So I'm probably lucky, but still, it still burns. It's the first big, important rejection of my young life. Oh, I just got a bunch of rep for opening all of those books. Is that new? Did that always happen? Did you always get Azerothian Archives rep for opening the books? I'm confused. 8,200 fragments. Pants wear out quick if you wear them every day, wash them a lot. I didn't used to have to wash them very often, but ever since I got a dog, they get muddy. Like, I get muddy around, like, the ankles up to the knees because I'll be out walking with Moose, and Moose will get muddy, and then Moose will spray mud in his general vicinity. And, you're walking the dog 3 times a day, so there's really no avoiding it. Having a degree is still a flex. Yeah. I don't know. I'm a bit jaded about it. I know too many people that spent enormous amounts of money on degrees that they are not getting a lot of use out of. But I do understand that education is important and that degrees do help a lot of people in their careers. Avid key player, want to dabble more into collecting, feel overwhelmed? How would you start the process? I do have all the things. I would start by picking one type of things that you want to collect and not worrying about the rest of it. Narrow your scope a little bit. You could do pets, you could do toys, you could do mounts, you could do transmog, and if you do transmog, I would narrow it even more and maybe do transmog that you could wear on one character, like just your mains transmog, like one armor type, that kind of thing. And then decide, do you want to farm stuff like chronologically? Do you want to go back to like the classic stuff and farm from there and move forward? Do you just want to do a bunch of dungeon runs? For mountain pet collecting, Simple Armory and Data for Azeroth are both great resources to see what you're missing to kind of pick out the next farm to do. And the way that I stay sane is I try to not worry too much about all of the things I'm missing, but I just pick one thing that I want to work on, and then I focus on that. It's more about what you're working on now as opposed to all the stuff that you could do later. It's not getting everything, it's just getting the next thing. Speaking of getting the next thing, what is the next thing? I was crafting a bit. Do I just want to leave this character here forever? Kinda. Delicious Arrow Slinger, thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. I did spend a lot of money on degrees. They are useless, but I can flex with them. I'm sure that there are important life skills that you pick up from sticking with post-secondary and completing degrees that I have missed because I did not stick with post-secondary or complete my degrees. I think there's probably some social and personal skills that I am lacking because of that lack of experience. So that might make you feel better. What am I doing? I was gonna finish crafting. That's right. I was making some alchemy stuff. Yeah, ATT random is also quite nice for that sometimes. I had a great deal of fun just picking random pieces of Mog to farm with the random feature. Oh, okay, so Faldrazus, because we need the alchemy table. Would you be up for Drakthir to have different races for their visage? Biggest problem is that it's like the 4th race to be Blood Elf model. It's only Blood Elf model for the males. The females use more of a human model. But yeah, I would love if you could just choose any race and customize however you want, because I think being a dragon that has a gnome visage would be impeccable. That would have saved Evoker for me for like at least another patch, if not another expansion, if I could have had a gnome visage. Love your weekly Saturday vlogs. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like them. ATT random / ATT random is this feature of all the things. So it can be accessed by typing / ATT space random. And you can choose it to, you can filter to a specific thing. I could have it pick me a mount to farm, for example. Or you can have it be anything that you're tracking. If I choose mounts and I roll this button, it's going to randomly select a mount that I do not have for me to go get. In this case, I need to update the main list before it will actually work. Don't mind me. And it says, Hazel, go get a Grove Defiler. All you have to do is glory the Legion Raider. You can... I feel like that's hard. I have some achievements. I wonder how many of those you can do solo. That might be kind of a fun project sometime. But yeah, you can have that. You can have that pick you transmog or mounts or pets or toys or anything. Yeah. Yeah, it's part of all the things. I have the AOTC moose. Very nice, very nice. I still lack it, apparently. Education's worth it, if not for the knowledge. Connections you build are important, at least in tech. Assuming that you build them. I think if I'd stuck with school, I would have run every risk of sticking with school but not building any connections. I think I could have very easily made it through an entire degree and never spoken to anybody. How does one go about doing all of Glory Raid achieves? I usually start by wow-heading them and reading the comments for each achievement as I go through and try to get them, because they'll usually have some pretty pertinent information on good tips to know, whether or not you need other people. Sometimes achievements, it is either easier or required to have a couple people to do them. Some of them you can do on their own. But I'll usually just kind of wow-head it and go one by one. There is a mount for... Oh no, there's no mount for Mirdasil. There's a mount skin for a Mirdasil AOTC. So you get the Farak-looking skin for your renewed Proto-Drake. There's a mount for the Mirdasil raid achievements, though. I think you need a group to do the Glowworm achieve for Glory the Legion Raider. Do I have that one already? Am I lucky enough to have that one done? Glowworm. Do you know what it's called? Buggy Fight? Because I don't have Buggy Fight. Defeat Nathender after squishing 15 glow bugs on normal or higher. That must be it. Med school is useful, expensive but useful. Learning for me was at bedside patients in the 2nd and 3rd year, residency fellowship. Did it about a month ago? It's fun with more people. Yeah. Sometimes they can be stressful with too many people because you can fail an achievement just by killing the boss before you're ready, or sometimes achievements can be failed if somebody doesn't know what's going on. I feel like having like a handful of people and then having them in voice and having somebody give like a nice speech before every achievement is always good. Magpies up and Waking Shores? Oh. Any decent amount of decent world quests? Boiling Over and Helpful Harvest. Good tip, good tip. I don't think I'm gonna go. Well, what if I went a little bit? What if we just nipped over there. Missing any dragon customizations that you really want? No. I thought about getting, since they made it a toy, I've kind of thought about getting the Manuscript of Endless Possibilities, the thing that lets you randomize your mount every time you mount up on it. That sounds pretty good. I would just need to do some more dragon races, Outland dragon races on my priest, because I did them all on my blood DK to buy the transmog set. So if I want the badges again, I need to finish that intro quest to my priest, which is pretty easy. Maybe I'll work on that tomorrow. That's not a bad idea. Garden tended. How hard is this one? 5, 15. You can throw a rake at some fruit. Oh, I see. You can click it. $23, $28. The reason I'm doing this is there is a buff that increases the gold you get from Gold World quests in the Waking Shores that's going to be up for the next, like, 10 minutes. And I like gold. So normally this world quest would give 676, which is already pretty good. Is there a better way to do this? Does this world quest just suck? That's a bit faster, actually. Combat, yeah. And it actually gave me 1,353. And then I betcha we can just nip over. Actually, you know what I want to do? I'm a dragon. I'm flying myself. Look at me go. I'm doing it. Currently bugged for those that bought it before it was a toy. Hopefully they fix it soon. Hope they'll make it possible to block the clothing changing into profession gear. Need the profession like my mug. Don't change it for me. I think you can turn that off. I might be mistaken, but my understanding was that you could turn that off at an NPC in this area, the Ruby Dragon Shrine. I think you can disable the cosmetic switchover. I think that's been in since the beginning of Dragonflight. I need 4 elementals. Draft your flank saves a vigor because it launches you when you cast it. Yeah, they should have something. Okay. And then that's, yeah, that's another 1,300 gold. So that quest was much faster. I wonder if I can do it one more time. Oh, it doesn't really matter. It's fine. That's so weird. Oh yeah, it is a 10-second cooldown now. I wonder why it says 1 minute in some scenarios. Gotta say, I love Sora a lot now. Gotta right-click the buff every time. I see. Was there news about the survival game? About the Blizzard one? If there was, I didn't hear it. Here, I'll do the thing. We look at the sky. Up we go. Up we go. I do like flying on the drag there. It feels pretty good. Look at old Icarus over here. Look at me finally doing the thing. Oh, okay. We were coming back. Oh, yeah. Because I wasn't quite done with crafting yet. don't even do the I don't even do the weekly anymore. You could do it for just like easy like your alchemy knowledge, you could turn it into extra metal that I guess I could use to make profitable. I think I'll probably just wait until season 4. I will probably try to dump my metal in season 4. See if I can make some, I don't know what I would use it for. Glacial Furies maybe? Maybe? Feels like everybody and their nephew uses tepid versatility now. Are they going to introduce any new classes for Drakthir? I don't know. I hope so. But I haven't heard anything. Gonna try and see if I can do an RPG today with only evokers. Let's see how this goes. That sounds fun. Can you explain how crafting with the enchanted crest thing works if I'm not a crafter? See, people say you should use it to gear an alt. So you can put in a work order. You can do it publicly or to an enchanter if you know one. That to get an enchanted crest made. So if we go look at the work order things. And this'll so here, let's say we search for crest. Enchanted, dreaming crest are the ones that you want. So even if it's an alt that only has whelpling's crest, you can put out a work order using some enchanting mats and then one of these guys, and I'll show you where to get that in a second, to get an enchanted whelp's dreaming crests. And then you use this when you're work ordering a piece of gear to set the item level to 434 to 447. The gear for this does not even need a spark, so you don't need any sparks for this. And you can get like 447 gear that way. The Nascent Whelpling Dreaming Crest, you get that just from a vendor down by the enchanting place. So you just hop down the hill, you talk to this person, and you can trade 30 of your Whelpling's Crest to get one of those Nascent Dreaming Crests. And that'll let you get that thing. Later on, as you're making higher item level pieces of gear, it's the exact same process, except that you would use, you know, worms or aspect crests. There is none for Drake. I don't know why. But yeah, worm or aspect crest to get the base version, and then you get an enchanter to make it into an enchanted one. Gear crafting is the most complicated thing in Dragonflight. It's getting a piece of gear together is the thing that makes me tired the fastest. Should have learned this a long time ago. Oh, no judgment at all. Hey, Hazel and company. Hi, Monster Mama Bear. How you been doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Easy way to keep toolbars in the same arrangements across talent builds. I feel like my toolbars don't move. I feel like they're part of the same edit mode profile. Do you think in Season 8.4 we'll have all 8 Dragonflight dungeons? I think so, yeah. I don't know if they confirmed it verbatim, but that's my understanding. They might have confirmed it verbatim. Gear all 13 alts, all classes simultaneously with Mythic Plus. Yeah. I've been gearing alts this season just by taking them through the Emerald Dream campaign again, getting that green gear, and then flight stoning it if need be, but that usually gets me into LFR and low keys, and then I'm usually off and away. I don't bother with the crafted stuff, but you could. I'm tired. Little one keeping me busy. Finally got all the druid forms. Very nice. Where did the Dawn of the Infinites get in there? You probably wouldn't get Dawn of the Infinites because we just had them this season, so I'm not expecting to have Dawn of the Infinites be part of the Mythic Plus dungeon pool for next season. It would be the 8 original ones. Just like in Shadowlands. They took Tazavash out for the last season, I think. Okay, so I have enough of those. Now, I wanted to make 3 times 6 is 18. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So let's make 600. It's 5 is like 3,000 files. And I can just sell off my gold versions of these guys. So 36k from that, another 7k from that. 3,000 of these. Wasn't the last season all the mega dungeons? Oh, it might have been. I think you're right. My bad. We don't know when season 3 is over. We can guess, but we don't know for sure. They've had pretty consistent season lengths, I think, in Dragonflight, so somebody probably has done the math. What I want to do now, drop another incense and crank out 600 of these guys. And inspiration's worth a fair amount for that. Because inspiration gives us the gold ones that people want. Best guess, mid-March. whenever it happens, I'm going to have a bit of a rush to get my Vicious map finished. I'm just hoping that I've carved off like at least a third of it before then would be nice. Well, these are nice and fast anyway. Pardon me. I wonder how much gold I'm going to come out with. I never do the math to project how much gold I'm supposed to make from making a bunch of stuff. I just make sure that it's like vaguely profitable, and then I make a bunch of it, and then I just hope the number goes up. And generally speaking, number has gone up. So far so good. How many max professions do you have in Dragonflight? 2. Actually 1. Alchemy is the only one that I've got all of. This alchemist is the only one that I have all of the spec points put into. I'm pretty close to having all the spec points put into herbalism for her, but I haven't really pushed it because I haven't been herbing. I just buy all of my herbs anyway. I don't have any other profession that's completely capped out. Christy B, thank you for the 12-month resub. Happy 1-year sub-anniversary. I mentioned Dragonflight Dungeons in their Season 4 preview post, so it'd be very weird if it wasn't. Yeah, I'm expecting it to be like Life Pools and Algathar Academy and Brackenhide and all those again. But if that is the case, I don't know how much of that season I'm actually going to do because I have those portals already in my evoker. I did those 20s when they were current in their seasons. So, you know, I might do it for like a Keystone Master mount or something, but I don't think I would push 20s in them again because I already pushed 20s in those dungeons. And I'm really hoping that they make those portals account-wide. I really hope that change becomes retroactive because I don't want to do it again in any other characters. And I would like to have those ports. They're nice to have. The feat of strength FOMO. Nah. Feat of strength FOMO is a trap. You never worry about feats of strength. Would you like to see for a season of Mythic Plus we get past season affixes like Prideful and Reaping and Awakened? And would you do it? Ugh. I don't want that. I would do it if they put it in, because I don't think I would skip a whole season on account of them bringing those back. But once was enough for me. I agree with what one of my friends said recently about how I would like the weekly affixes to be a little bit more kiss curse and not just curse. It would be nice if more of the weekly affixes had like a benefit as well as a drawback. Kind of like seasonal affixes used to have. But I don't want seasonal affixes back. I like the absence of seasonal affixes. Yeah, same. You mean having them be fun? I mean, fun is subjective. I actually really, and I think I'm the only person alive, but I really like Incorporeal and Afflicted. I think those are very fun. I kind of miss bursting. I like pinging things. I like playing whack-a-mole. And maybe that's why I like healing, but I like playing whack-a-mole and I like feeling like, oh man, I get to use this class utility. Like, I never use Shackle Undead, but it feels cool to be able to Shackle Undead like an Incorporeal or, like, Dominate Mind It when I would never otherwise touch that button. So I think those are really fun, but I think I'm the only person that thinks that. I think that I'm the only... I've never, ever, ever heard anybody agree with me, which is fine. But, yeah, it would be interesting to see them play around with some benefits, because I think that could shake it up. The first time I pushed 20 to get on my portals, I hope they're retroactively account-wide. Misusing the stuns and stuff, more to do than spam AoE burst. Yeah, the last thing I want is to see Mythic Plus, basically. The one thing about the Reaping season, and I know people really liked that, but I don't really want to see Mythic Plus just become, like, Diablo. I don't want it to be just, like, a rush at maximum speed and rinse everything down immediately with enormous attacks. That's not fun for me. I would play Diablo if I wanted to do that. I kind of like the way keys are now. I think it's really satisfying whenever I get a chance to use some unique class utility. I wish there was a way for every class to interact with Afflicted, otherwise it's just hybrid week. I think my perspective also is of somebody that doesn't pug very much, so I'm not worried about... I mean, I also play a hybrid, but I don't have that same experience of like, oh man, I can't get invited this week because I cannot help with this affix, because the same people are going to do the dungeons no matter what. And, you know, we have enough people around that can deal with stuff, so sometimes you get like an easy week or you get a week with more jobs. Reaping was fun, but I don't want it to ever come back because it's just spam. Like Incorporeal 2, it makes my hunter useful. Pugging hit or miss with that affix, yeah. I don't know, I'm curious to see what they do in the future. I've really enjoyed the last couple of expansions in Mythic Plus. It's been one of my favorite parts of the game. I like raiding as well, and I especially like raiding through progression, and I like raiding through that little window where I'm like trying to get parses. But I enjoy Mythic Plus for longer, I feel like. Maybe not this season. We were done with it pretty fast this season. Man, skittish. Sorry. Can't bring you. Need a rogue or a hunter. Only a couple of expansions had Mythic Plus. Well, it was in Legion and BFA, and then Shadowlands, and then Dragonflight, right? Like, that's 4. I did much more Mythic Plus in Shadowlands and Dragonflight. I did not do nearly as much in Legion and BFA because I was a DPS main, and I couldn't get into groups. Also, as a Shadow Priest, it didn't feel as good to do it because generally in those expansions you wanted ramp time. Shadow Priest really shined on, like, 2-target boss cleave, you know, like Twin Dragons in Emerald Nightmare. Like, that was the thing. Get a big trash pack and everybody else is going to delete it before you even get your dots up. I think today's trash is tuned enough that it would hurt. Sort of miss teaming. The Portal Affix was kind of fun. The Portal Affix. That vaguely rings a bell, but I think I've blocked it out. I don't remember what it was. Get rid of Tyrannical at Fort. Use the seasonal ones as the third ones. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Tyrannical at Fort. Awakened? Yeah. Most Mythic Plus rating so far this expansion. Someone who doesn't get to play often. Waiting keys most of my time. Gave up playing everything with ramp damage because the game seems to be all about burst. Raid fights! Those classes can shine sometimes in raid fights in the right point of the season. Later on in a raid tier, the raid fights tend to become so short that it's harder to remain useful, but sometimes there's good windows. Definitely not as much for people that are just bursty. That burstiness is probably the most universally fun thing. Okie dokie. So I sold some of those. We got some more. And then I was going to post up 100k worth of that. And then another 54k worth of that. I think it works out. I think overall, when all's said and done. 35 of those. Maybe some Drac at this too. I don't have enough mats to do all of it, but I'll do a few of them. Seasonal affix to make everyone have to stop and do the Poke-a-Poke puzzles, break any add-on / weak auras that auto do it. Oh my god. Oh. Oh hey, I got a multi-craft. I should probably think about wrapping up for the day. We're looking, it's about noon. It's the end of my time slot. It's time for Hazel to have lunch. 23k. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't need these soul cages anymore because I'm done with the soul cage pets. Woohoo! Craft Sim. Craft Sim is showing that. It should be linked in my... Oh, sorry. Add-ons. Pardon me. Add-ons spreadsheet. Kitty, did you come to say to help wrap up? Did you hear that it's time for a stream end and you came to say bye? You're so cute. You're such a cute little kitty. Thank you very much for joining me today, guys. I shall be back tomorrow morning for a Thursday morning stream. I don't think we got the motor. Maybe motor going a little bit. I'll be back for Thursday morning stream. Appreciate the company. Thank you very much for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful day.